I almost forgot to turn my ring light on. That's a little too bright. Oh, jeez. Let's adjust that. Is that better? You can kind of still see me, but not really. Is that better? That's a little bit too much of seeing me, isn't it? We'll just leave it like that for now. Fuck it. Makes my gray hairs show up even worse than they normally do. Welcome in, everybody. It is time for another Afrocast. Now, normally I'd play my fart sound, but last stream somebody left a comment. I don't remember exactly what they said. Let me look it up. It was akin to you overused the fart sound, to which I responded, fart noises. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. They were like, yo, stop using that fart noise, bro. They didn't say stop using it. They just said I overused it. The flatulent sound effect after every super chat is grating. I hope you consider limiting it or axing it altogether. To which I responded, fart noises. So apparently that's grating to use that. So I guess I have to find another sound that would be better. I don't know if I have any other sounds that are better though. I also forgot to upload all of my Christmas sounds that I had. I downloaded a bunch of Christmas sounds to set up to be festive, and I forgot to download them. So you guys have to settle for this. There it is. So Atomic Patriot, first in the chat, says, oi! There you go. What's up, Atomic Patriot? Good to see you. Giggity says, first, bitches, and then says, damn it, because he just missed out that close. The difference between Atomic Patriot and Giggity posting was 0.4 seconds. Because I can see exactly the gap between those two. 0.4 seconds. Yep. It's wild stuff. But what up, Giggity? I'll give you one, Giggity. That was pretty close. Todd Patriot says the dumbass has arrived. Ha, timing. Windturd Wonderland Ferguson says third. You are absolutely third in chat. What's going on? Lost Brave Fan says 30 minutes until the massive grift begins. Meek Police has been sent out already to collect. That's wild, dude. Are we already doing this? Windturd Wonderland Ferguson says rumor on the streets is Santa is on onto the Meek Police using, okay, here we go. Rumors on the street is Santa is onto the Meek Police using his cover of delivering toys for the sake of furthering grifts. You didn't hear that from me though. Damn. I guess I got. I've been got. Joe C819 Pureblood pops in chat and drops a gifted membership. Doesn't say nothing first. Doesn't even say hi first. Just drops the gifty. Gifted one to Gear Master Gear. Thank you, Joe. Good to see you in chat. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Epic Mike is on the naughty list because he hates dogs. Actually, Santa said I was on the good list. He already said it. It's too late. We're too close to Christmas. I can't be removed from the list now. It's too late. I'm on the good list. Fatius Maxius for $1. Hold on. Let me go back to my other sound. Thank you for the $1. I appreciate you. Hunter says, greeting leagues of extraordinary victims. What's going on? Lost Brave Fan says, Santa owes Mike money. If he doesn't pay up, Mike is eating Rudolph. That's crazy. St. Adam says, the reign of terror continues with cry faces. Oh my god, dude. The Dengar Renegade says, the Emperor wasn't able to finish construction on the second Death Star because he had to keep paying Mike off. He's probably still angry about the snow. We're in for a rough night. Oh my gosh, dude. That's wild. What's up, John Kennedy? What's up, Saint Adam and Dengar Renegade? Good to see you guys. Fatties Maxi says, gonna rain over there, then turn to ice. I really hope it doesn't turn to ice, but it's very possible. So, Jose Taco says, hi. Hi, Jose. Hunter says Santa once missed out on an orphanage because Meek threatened to get the staff addicted to whack crack. They now sing songs about his exploits. Oh my god. Cool Gamer says, hi, the legend grows and I have nothing to do with it. I have no control of the legend that is growing around me. Cellular Dream says, Meek, what's going on, Cellular Dream? Good to see you in chat as well. Irish Jetta says, perfect timing, just finished Dan to Dan. I have not watched that yet. It's on my list of anime to watch, so. Time of Patriot for 2. Says, here's my weekly fee. Don't hurt the dogs, Mike. I will do my best, Tom Patriot. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is actually based on the oh my gosh, the true story of a small town that didn't pay the stream fee. Of course, Max the dog in real life didn't last nearly that long. That's wild. Oh my gosh. Chrysanth says, bonk. Hey, how you doing, Chrysanth? Good to see you. I don't even have like a good I don't know. I need to get better sounds. A lot of my sounds right now are based around China stuff. So but what's going on, Chrysanth? Good to see you. Huh? That's what I'll do for Chrysanth. Good to see you in chat. Brimstone says Saturday night with Epic Mike. What's going on, Brimstone? Oh, for fuck's sake, Chrysanth. This point is better to ask where you're not modded than where you are. She is the ultimate mod. She's almost rivaling Canman in mod status. Canman and Eric K. She's almost gotten there. She's not quite there yet, but she's pretty close. Malty Maldy says, Meek, hail, brother. What's going on, Malty Maldy? Good to see you, man. Kenan B says, I just got a pop-up over the video stating this video's paid promotion seems legit for the Grift Master. That's wild. There should be no paid promotion on this video. Christian says there's plenty of places where I'm not modded. There's more places that she's modded than not modded, though. Meek laughs at old Yeller references. That's crazy, dude. Keep my nerdy home out of here tonight. Mike made stuff homeless last time. Gig Giggity, who's nice to me, says the most epic Mike I know. Well, thank you, Gig Giggity. I still want you in one of my weekend games in the new year. Bro, I'm going to be so busy. If I have time, I'll see what I can do. I'm not making any promises. I'm not completely writing it out, but I will say that the chances are slim because I'm just going to get busier. But yeah, I know you've been wanting to for a long time, and I appreciate that. It means a lot to me that you want me as a player in your games. It really does. I think it's a huge compliment from a DM. So, John Kennedy, if you are invisible and close your eyes, do you see through your eyelids? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. It kind of depends on what kind of invisibility it is, I guess. Is it the kind of invisibility that only covers your outer body? Because if it only covers your outer body, then your eyelids, excuse me, on the inside would probably be visible. So when you close them, they'd block out light, but they would reflect light on the outside. But if you're one of those people that's like fully invisible, where like everything is invisible, even to yourself, or like it's like invisibility that goes like through your body, not just the outer surface of your body, then yeah, I think you wouldn't be able. I think you'd be able to see through your eyelids. If I remember correctly, I think that's actually in the Invisible Man. I think that's a problem he has. The Invisible Man book is that he can't sleep because the light penetrates his eyelids. So he has to wear like these like really dark goggles all the time, so that he can actually function. I think that's what one of the things was. Artie Hernandez over on Kick. Shout out to my Kick people. That's Epic Meek. What's going on, Artie Hernandez? Welcome in, man. The Milkman says, I'm here to say wild stuff and get away with it. As long as we aren't breaking YouTube terms of service, we should be good. Oh, damn, I'm already yawning, bro. I am running on very little sleep right now. My sleep schedule is completely fucked. But I missed you guys, and I wasn't going to go another day without streaming, so. Emily Croker says, hail. Hi, Emily. Good to see you in chat. I'm literally so afraid of what he's going to do to us this time. Oh, my God, you guys. Eyelids were invented so Mike would have that fraction of a second to grift on notice. That's crazy, bro. And then what's interesting about that whole invisibility thing is my hero, one of the characters in that has the ability to phase through objects. Lemillion. His character's name is Lemillion. Anybody that's watched My Hero knows who Lemillion is. But anyways, that character, what I love is that they actually like applied what it would look like if you were if you had like permeation. And so when he becomes completely permeable and can pass through objects, even light passes through him. So he can't actually see, smell, taste, or hear anything when he's phasing through an object. And then the way it works is he can't solidify inside of another object because his molecules get pushed out. So he can he could utilize it to like dive underground and like pop out of the ground really hard because he starts to like solidify slightly enough to like launch him out because like it's the mass is of the ground is pushing his mass out or whatever. It's kind of interesting. It's a really interesting take on that. So I think in the same way like invisibility could be interesting. It just depends on what kind of invisibility it is. I'll have to ask Ben. That's wild. I didn't even see that giggity. That's pretty fucking funny. Do you think Mike loses the chat again tonight? I sure hope not. Gun Home Max says Mike on that Beardo intro. No! Never that fucking long, bro. Never, never, never. I do let people listen to the music because they told me they like the music. So here I thought it was late. Hail chat. No. I set the time for 10 and then I let the music play for a little bit while I was getting things together for the stream. So he pretty much already lost him before it started. That's crazy, dude. I don't think I've ever seen Mike roll up his hair. Maybe his wife likes getting all tangled up. She might. I've had cornrows before. I've had them on stream. Or yeah, not since I started YouTube. Like already this YouTube channel, but like over on Geeks and Gamers, there's been a couple episodes of Tuesday Night's Main Event where I've had my hair braided. I had it braided like a bunch of individual braids down. I've also had it cornrowed back. So I've done both of those. Thaddeus Maxius says muted. That's wild. Chrysanth says, but I don't want to see you. The fact that you keep saying you don't want to see me makes me think it's the exact opposite. I think you like seeing me, Chrysanth. I think you think I'm a handsome man, and I think you like watching my streams. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay? Keenan says, hi, Mike. I've given up trying to pronounce Keenan's last name. He's explained it to me multiple times, and I've given up on trying to understand it. All I will do is mention that Chris is awesome, and that'll make Keenan very happy. So, Moogman says, when people owe Mike money and they're late on payment, he takes an eyelid. Oh my god, dude. Mountain Mutt for 10. Hold on, I gotta find the different sound because I got in trouble. They don't want me to do the here. Can I get to says for 10, Mountain Mutt says, Mike, I'm trying to get you all the SC cash. Please don't eat my cousin, daughter, step, nephew, sister, uncle, father, aunt, brother. He's just trying to live his best Beagle mix life. Oh my god, dude. I will do my best, Mountain Mutt. I don't know what to tell you, man. Escapo says, hello, chat. What's going on, Escapo? Spud Boy for 10. Can I get to says, is this enough to watch the stream, my lord? Oh my god. You don't have to pay anything to watch the stream. You guys are killing me, bro. Brimstone says, normally I'm here to lurk, but with Chrysanth here, I must simp for her because it's what I do. Listen, Chrysanth is awesome. You can absolutely simp for her in my chat. Irish Jenna says, what is Mike saying? Sane Adam says, I liked that fart comment. Yeah. Remember to pay your tithe to our glorious leader. There's no tithe. Oh my god. Reign of Horror says, hey everyone, what's going on, Reign of Horror? I don't know, is there a simp for Chrysanth grift going on? Dude, oh my god. I heard that's only good for 5 minutes now. You guys are killing me, dude. So Angel Orange says, sup everyone, what's the fee for tonight? Oh my god. Dude, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I've lost control already. Find a new fire sound that doesn't reverberate. Good lord, my fucking beardo. Reverberate. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Instead, I'll just play that again. You guys are killing me. The hub music, right? Personally, I find it funnier each and every time, or I would if Mike wasn't muted. Why do you guys hate me? Hogo says Helldivers win very soon. I actually played a little bit of it last night. It was late and I only played like an hour with Rough Knight and a couple other people. But Helldivers is back on the menu, boys. Helldivers is back on the menu, boys. It's fucking rad, bro. They fucking turn that shit right around. The Illuminate is in it. They're different. It's like they're like zombie hordes mixed with like heavily armored enemies. Even the fucking tripod creatures, like the heavies, are different. And if this is what they're starting with, bro, it's only gonna get crazier from here. There's a ton of different weapons now that you can try out and play with. They have fucking jeeps now, bro. They have 2 different mech suits. They really went all out. I gotta give it to them. This is what they needed. If they had done this around the Sony time, when Sony did all the bullshit that got them in trouble and lost a bunch of their player base, if they had dropped this at this time instead, this game would legitimately be one of the most popular games out there right now, even right now. I think people would have just absolutely... People are flocking back to it. They tripled... Did they triple it? Yeah, they over tripled their player base in one day. They went from 20,000 players or something like that, like a little under 20 or a little over 20,000 players to like over 100,000. Again, they just fucking brought it all back. So I will be playing Helldivers again very soon. I'm really enjoying it. Schick74 says, "What up, Mike in chat?" Chrysanth, quick chat, make sure he doesn't catch up. God damn it, Chrysanth. Don't do that to me. Rough Knight says, "Hail." Keenan says, "Christmas reminds me of Christmas." There you go, dude. Zincat says, "Hello, everyone." What's going on, Zincat? Atomic Pedro says, "Damn, I'm the fastest in the West. I'm fast as fuck, boy." I don't have that sound anymore either. I'm fast as fuck, boy. You did it, man. I'm proud of you. Kenan B says, "More fart noises." All right, I'll just download a bunch of fart noises. Rose says, "Hi, Mike." What's going on, Rose? Catch up to what, Chrysanth? I'm trying to catch up to the chat. They like to bury me in comments, and then I can't fucking catch up, and I'm way behind. I'm way fucking behind on chat right now. Holy shit. Recipe Bad Wolf says, "Epic Mike said that if you want to hear the holiday stuff, you need to pay him." I don't have any holiday sounds right now. I need to download them. I just have the old sounds. Oh, no. I downloaded like one holiday sound. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me pull it up. I know I downloaded a couple. Hold on. Let me put these fucking together right now. I downloaded 3. Probably one of those I'm definitely gonna get claimed for, but we're gonna fucking play it anyways because I'm just sick of dealing with it. Also, I did get claimed for that "Wanna Be a Ninja" sound. They just, YouTube has no fucking chill, bro. Like, at all. It's just everything gets fucking claimed now, like, no matter what you do. Hold on. We got that. We got that. All right. We got 3 Christmas sounds now on my stream deck. This one. This one. Last Christmas, I give you my heart. Just the very next day, you give it away. This year, to save me from tears, I will give it to someone special. Yeah. Those are the 3 I have right now. So, all right, what's up, Golden Nuggets? Welcome in. Shit, I'm starting to lose chat now for real. Rose says, "Hi, Brimstone." Fuck, I just started playing Silent Hill 2 remake. You gotta tell me what it's like. Kennedy says, "You need to pay a lot more if you want to read chats." Fuck, I gotta keep up. Fattiest Maximus for 2 says, "Check the pic." Is that fucking Jeremy on a super fat guy's body? Holy shit. Horho says, "If the first consul of Nicaea called by the Emperor Constantine, St. Nicholas punched out an Arian." Fuck, I lost the chat. Oh no, you guys are going too fast. Oh, fuck! I gotta catch up. Devil shoes. We got snow here and then it rained and turned into ice. Good luck with that weather, Mike. I hope it doesn't happen here. Supposed to stay warm. Donna Hall says, hello, chat and Mike. Have to be off to bed. Have to be up at 3 a.m. Off to bed. Hey, good night, Donna Hall. Reign of Horror for 5 says, hey, hope all is well. Always love the show and encouraged me to keep grinding on mine. Cheers. Thank you so much, Reign of Horror. I gotta start blowing through here. Drunk 3PO says, Epic Mike didn't want to see me. I was in Detroit. I did want to see you. I did want to see you and I wasn't able to. So I respect Mike's ability to take criticism and make the whole situation arguably worse. Yeah, that's what I'm really, really fucking good at. Jay, I missed you and I was bummed out that I didn't get to see you. I love you, brother. No homo, says Nuggets. Drunk 3PO. There we go. Deflect says, I am here. I am here. All right, I got to start catching up on chat. I'm super fucking behind. Bruce waves in. Hi, Bruce. Welcome in. If you're invisible, then you see through your eyelids. This will eventually drive you insane. There we go. Horror host, I'm gonna need you to repost that Council and Nicaea thing down lower in the chat, because I'm starting to lose the fucking chat now because you guys have blown through here. Ryan is right, says Drunk 3PO, come over and play Scrabble with me, and then Drunk responds, blue-eyed, you owe me money. That's wild. Chrysanth with the dancing bee over on Kick. Kennedy says, y'all, college semester is over. This was my second semester going back to college, and I got all A's again, going to school for archaeobotany. You're gonna have to explain that to me, what archaeobotany is, can it be? But congratulations on getting all A's. That's fucking rad, bro. Let's go. America, fuck yeah! Mo Monty says, what's going on, everyone? Hey, what's going on, Mo Monty? Good to see you in chat. Double Hawk says, Mike didn't miss us. He missed out on money. That's not true. That's not how I see that at all. That's wild. It's the great grifter Epic Mike, says Jerry D. Sills. Oh my god, dude. F YouTube terms of service. I'll say Noah. Never mind. There you go. I'm so fucking behind on chat. Milkman says I only eat ass and candy and I'm all out of Skittles. That's wild. Mike's been up all night freebasing ho-hos and ring dings. Yeah. Drunk 3PO, he'll take all your money in a grift. I'm not taking Drunk's money. I gotta fucking catch up. Wish Mike would buy a book. I'm working on it. The Million should have gotten the power, one of the biggest L's of that show. Nah, he ends up becoming #1 hero anyways, so no. Chick74 for $1.99. Mike, buy a green book or a blue. I have a copy of blue already. I just need to buy a copy of green. If you haven't already got your copy of Achromatic Chronicles blue and Achromatic Chronicles green, what the hell are you doing? Go out and get them now. Chrysanth says, keep on thinking that, Mike. I know that, Chrysanth. I know you think I'm handsome. Don't tell me you don't. How long is your hair if it straightens? It's pretty long. It's like out to here. That's pretty long. What chat is he talking to? Because it's not us. I am talking to you guys. I'm just way behind. Fantastic Sarcastic. She defended you on Twitter. Shame on you. That's true. Yeah, I did defend her. Yeah. Jay, he reads chat from the start. I do, and I'm really behind. Please, Mike, don't hurt me. I'll super chat. I'm not going to hurt you. Mike's on a sugar delay. Drake's Cakes is sad to watch, Jay, actually. He's reading from the beginning, Jay. They're all explaining it to him. I want to apologize to the chat for Mike being so far behind. That's not the GNG way. That's 1000% the GNG way. Mike, did Hunter deserve the Heisman? I say, fuck no. I don't know, actually. He needs to step it up, right, Jay? Roblox Leslie Headland says, Mike, is there a way you can forgive my debt so I can pay my 8-year-old daughter's heart transplant? I'll do my best. I'll figure something out. Typical Hijinks for 5 gifted memberships. I'm trying to cruise through this chat, guys. Simple Hijinks gifted memberships to Jerry D. Sills, Mr. Puffa, JJ Gosling, Grumpy Frog, and Shaggy Rogers book reviews. Indinu. I want to try to remember that. I'm going to forget it again. At least you can pronounce the words. Well, thank you, Rough Night. I'm trying. Tenacious Detecting. We have to pay to watch this? I guess I'll leave now. I'm broke. No, you don't have to pay to watch anything. They're lying to you. Stay here. You don't have to pay anything to watch the stream. Mike charges to watch this. Oh, my God. What is he talking about? Explain as if I was in 5th grade. He demands tribute. Drunk 3 people didn't have to pay. Now there's a riot in the chat. The barber says, wait, Mike charges people to watch this and there's an extra fee if you're overweight. Oh my God. Oh my fucking goodness. No, there's no fee.
Emotional damage.
He said eggnog is goat. Oh, eggnog is fucking great though. Yeah, it seems like it should have started 3 faction minimum. I don't know what that's about. Mike, normally I would pay the grift, but as I'm saving for that MegaCon trip to meet you all, I can't. Is that an IOU okay? I promise I will pay this time. You don't need to send the people to collect again. I'm not sending anybody to collect anything. Oh my God, dude. 21 after right now. I haven't eaten in 3 days because of what Mike charges. Help. I'm watching Source Code right now. Holy shit, this movie is awesome. I've never watched Source Code. That's with Jake Gyllenhaal, right? I'm not a fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. Spud Boy for 10. For the next 5 minutes, sir, please forgive me that it's not more. Oh my God. Thank you for the 10. Spud Boy, you didn't have to send in anything. He's so far behind, I feel like this isn't even live. Oh my God. Have you seen the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? I have. I love that movie. It's a good movie. Brimstone bargaining with the commissar. You're playing a dangerous game, my friend. We've got the wet fart. We need the dry fart, the squeak, and the whisper. I'll see if I can get a squeak. I got to keep working so I can afford to be in like Mike's live streams. Just play a Die Hard soundboard for your Christmas sounds. That's not a bad idea. Jay doesn't know about the last pay to be sacrificed, first to be sacrificed. Oh my God, dude, this is wild. What is a Christmas sound? I don't know, Jay. Meek, that's my jam. There you go. The horror host for 5 says this is the Were Guild for watching the stream. Thank you. Last Christmas, I give you my heart. There we go. Some white dude yelling ho 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 to all the ladies as a Christmas start. There you go. Die Hard, this is Christmas music, right? Can you play some Christmas music? This is Christmas music. Every Mike needs Arnold, Mr. Freeze. Everybody chill. Yeah. I'm behind on chat as well. Oh my God, dude. What's up, Donald? We are going slow. No, I'm catching up on chat. You'll never catch us, Meek. I'm gonna catch you. Get giggity for 5. I'm on the weekly payment program, Mike. Remember? Oh my God, dude. I'm writing chat to contribute to the chat moving. Allergic reaction Beardo for 10. Oh my God, that profile picture is fucking wild. What song do I get for this? Can it be the Mexican one? Sure. Thank you for the 10. Last Christmas, I give you my heart. Just the very next day, you give it away. Don't hold your audience down, says Hunter. We can talk as much as we want. Now you're going to waste time reading the rest of this useless sentence. Just wasting time.
That sentence had too many syllables. Apologize!
Mike reads in normal speed but slow motion at the same time. That's wild. Oh no, he's going to read what we wrote. Mike is cross-eyed, drunk 3PO. Mike is good at cussing. He's funny. It's not good. He won't see it for about another 20 minutes. Mike needs to take reading lessons from Beardo. It's good we have someone like Jay to witness this. Careful though, drunk 3PO, or Mike's gonna grift all the AC green sales away. Oh my God, dude. Mike, right, just to make it move faster for Mike. Archaeobotany is the study of humans in the past and how they interacted with plants. It's a branch of archaeology. Interesting. That's fucking rad, Kindon B. How did you get into archaeobotany? I'm really curious about that. How does one come to find that? What if Jay made those books because he fell behind on Mike's payments? Oh my God, dude. That's not why he did it. He wrote really good books. Mozamboni says, hail everyone. What's going on, Mozamboni? And Random Acts of Animation. Howdy. Good to see you. Okay, here we go. The horror host says St. Nicholas punched out Arius for heresy at the First Council of Nicaea. Arianism does not believe in the concept of 3 in 1, but believes that Jesus was an inferior being to God the Father. Interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. The Trinity and what the Trinity exists as and how it actually functions. And yeah, I know there's a lot of different opinions on that one. So Drunk 3 Bill says, now I feel bad. Don't feel bad, Drunk. I appreciate you being in chat, man. That means a lot to me. It really does. I don't have a conscience as seen by the meme I'm currently using. You're fun, Fattius Maxius. Mike bought a copy in reality. He kidnapped someone's family and the ransom was Jay's books. That's a wild thing to say. Have enough super chats been given for all dogs? Dog lives matter. Oh my gosh. Why is Jake Gyllenhaal so underrated? I don't know, but I would, if he just stopped acting right now, if he was retired, I'd be a happier person. Mike, do your hair like Sideshow Bob one day. That's not I might have to do that. A legendary scrub for 5. Well, let me find a $5 sound here. There we go. 'Tis the season to pay your protection money to Mike. Oh my God. I'm not paying Mike shit, says Jake Stanley. You've super chatted here before, Jake. What are you talking about? Max K says, hey, Meek, hope you're having a great grift. I'm just having a regular day. I'm not grifting anybody. I pay with my free time willingly, says Malty Maldi. I don't have anything to say. I'm just moving the chat. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Mike calls us liars all the time. My kid needed braces, but I told her Mike needs this money more than you. Oh my God. I enter the stream and Mike's ranting about his stream payments. I'm not. I'm just trying to say hi to the chat. I'm so fucking behind. What's going on, Severian? I'm just fucking behind on chat, man. And then Jay showed up and he's like, why is Mike talking in the past? Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Ken and B for 2 says, can I get my family back for Christmas now? Yes, they're released. Wait, there's fat taxes now here? No, or else I couldn't afford to be on my own stream. Damn, Mike, you are behind. Very behind. For someone who says super chats aren't necessary, sure is getting a lot of super chats. Mazza just said he tried to warn us about your grifting. Mazza lies about everything. Someone please pray for me. Mike said I can't comment on his live streams anymore. Tell he sent him 2 $500 super chats per stream. I never said that. He's like 10 minutes behind for like 15 minutes. Oh my God. Favorite song, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, is Me Old Bamboo. The old bamboo, the old bamboo. Yeah, that one. That's a pretty good one. My favorite thing in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a creepy, like, when the creepy, like, child catcher guy is, like, skipping down the fucking street. It's, like, one of the most creepy and ridiculous things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm actually gonna pull that up right now. I've already got claimed on this stream. There's no way, so, let's see if I can fucking find this. I've shown this on stream before. Where is it? Where the fuck is it where he's skipping down the street like that? I don't know, actually. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to find it. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm behind. This is why I get behind on chat, because I start looking for shit to, like, talk about on stream, and then I, like, I should just move on. I should just let it fucking go. Oh, let me see if I can find it. That's not it. Wait a minute. Wait. This might be it right here. I already know it's gonna get claimed, so I don't fucking care. So I just gotta find it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Okay. Yeah, so the for people that have never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, there's a whole section where, like, there's this town that they go to, the kids and the father go to, and the Baron and the Baroness, like, hate kids, so they send, like, a guy that catches children to, like, catch the father, the main character's kids or whatever. And this is a guy, and he dresses up, like, in this fucking outfit, and apparently, you know, the creepy Michael Jackson nose and shit isn't enough to scare the kids off, and he does this god awful fucking dance to try to catch the kids.
Come along, my little ones, lollipops, ice cream, chocolate, oh.
And these stupid fucking kids fall for it. If you see a man dressed like that rocking down the street dancing, like, you fall for it, you deserve what you have coming to you. All right. There's no reason to fall for that shit. Anyways, hey Mike, can you unlock the video part of the stream for me for your charitable Christmas act? I don't have enough money to pay for audio. You can already see me on chat. You can see me. Can you imagine the chat if Mike and Savvy actually made a show? Are crazy and they're crazy. I'm trying to get it to happen so we can hurry up the coming of the Lord Jesus. Because he's like, I gotta come back before they do another episode. Drakenwolf says, hi Mike, what's going on, Drakenwolf? As soon as you come into stream, Mike doesn't allow you to leave without paying your fee. That's not a thing. Mike is a better reader than Beardo, hands down. Well, thank you. Was that Mr. Satan that Mike played? That was the same guy that does the voice of him. That was Mr. Torg from Borderlands 2. James M. Davis says, hi, Epic Mike. I love how the further behind he is, the more panicked and frantic he reads. You know what? Shut up. Frankly, you're rude. I can't stop playing Borderlands 2 and Lego Batman. Do I need help, Meek? No, you should keep playing those. Both of those games are great. Which Lego Batman are you on? Because there's Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3, and all of them are pretty fucking goated. Jake Stanley says, dude, even if you don't like Jake Gyllenhaal, check out Source Code. All right, I'll check out Source Code. All right, just for you. Mike, all the money I have left is buying my daughter Achromatic Chronicles Green. Oh my God, is Epic Mike still grifting? No, I'm not grifting. Allergic Reaction Beardo for 5. Does AC Green stand for Jay's book or the basketball player? Jay's book. That's wild. Twinkles is chilling, says, Just crashes through chat's ceiling. What's going on, Twinkles? I wanted to go for agriculture at first, then found Terra Preta, man-made soil in the Amazon, and wanted to learn more about past agriculture. It's a very niche speciality. Yeah, but that's fucking rad. I dig it, dude. If anytime you have any cool chat, facts or anything you want to drop in chat, please do. I know the horror host does as well. Going back in the chat to see where I am in the line. The First Council of Nicaea is also where the Nicene Creed was created. That's rad, dude. I really want to do a series of short films based on some of the early like Desert Fathers and stuff. Specifically one in particular that I'm not going to mention here because I don't want people to spoil it. But you seen a UAP, Mike? I have not seen any UAPs. If I did, I would be very panicked. He's almost there. Jay abandoned us. No, Jay didn't abandon. He's a busy guy. I appreciate him coming by at all. Even with all the grift money, you can't afford to pay your grift taxes. That's wild. With how fast the chat is moving, I think everyone got their Christmas bonuses. Oh my God, dude. Glyneth for 20. Says my dues for this stream. Glyneth, you did not have to do that. Thank you. I very much appreciate you guys donating already. It's very, very generous. Thank you for the gifted memberships. You guys never have to do this, and I very much appreciate that you are. Can anyone see this? I haven't gotten any responses. I want to make sure Mike spends time reading this message. Dan Fasks. That's a wild profile picture, first of all. Second of all, I can't believe you've done this. All hail the paywall, says Aaron. That's fuck. Is Mike reading in Braille? Speed it up. Oh my God. What's up, Gunho Mac? Winterred Wonderland Ferguson says keeping Mike behind is the only retribution against the grifting we have left. Yeah, those look legit terrifying for 10-year-old me. Yeah, dude, that guy skipping down that street was fucked. Watching over a kick can't afford the YouTube paywall. What's up, Vex Fears? Oh my God, dude. If you like the stream, Mike will require lesser super chat payments. I don't require any. Oh my God, dude. I love the scene as a kid for how crazy it was. Yeah, dude. Oh, the kid catcher. That guy was so creepy. Yeah, exactly, Chrysanth. Dude, it was wild. Mazza doesn't let you pay for the information. It's who you are, the liar, Mike. Mazza fucking doesn't have any shoes, okay? And then when we tried to buy him shoes and people were offered to give money to buy him shoes, he told everybody he was going to spend it on Gobblegum and Hawk Tua coin. So I don't want to hear it from Mazza. Mike, my daughter, oh my God, dude, that's crazy. My daughter just passed. Can you pay for her funeral, or can I pay for her funeral? Do you still want your money? That's wild. I cannot believe this is where we are.
He's dead, Jim.
Rest in peace to your daughter. That was a moment of silence for her. That's how the wheat get weeded out back then. Can we talk about the fantastic Mr. Limpet instead? I don't know what that is. Fuck that, I'm risking it for the ice cream. Oh my gosh. I love the first part of that movie as a kid, but the guy scared the crap out of me. Yeah, dude, that guy's terrifying. But dude, then the what's it called? The Duke and his wife or whatever. His wife was kind of a hottie, bro. She was kind of she was kind of a baddie. Stepped out for a minute. What have you talked about? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Chrysanthemum chat says, I was invited to go see Jay in Detroit because Mike and Josiah say he found my unsettling vibe to be a real bummer. That's not what happened. Oh my God. Did you see news about the return of the living dead? I have not. Source code is actually a pretty interesting concept. I don't know anything about it. I'll have to check it out. Mike should give a reaction to the Top Gun 3 trailer. Was there a trailer for Top Gun 3? I don't think that that's a real thing. I think you guys are fucking with me right now to get me distracted. Yeah, that definitely looks fake. Yeah, that's definitely not real. Why do you guys do this to me? Benology won the coin toss, so he gets to rep. Mike said Josiah is going to take me to live on a farm up north. I now fear it for my life. Oh my God, dude. I'm playing Lego Batman 1 on PS2 and Lego Batman 3 on PS5. That's for amp. Your vibe is unsettling, Rough Night, but I'm used to it. Is there anyone who can smuggle me out before they find out I'm onto them? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Oh man. UIP, when did Mike pee? I peed a long time ago. G&G is uneasy with blue-haired peeps. They ran out of money from Mike's chat. Go buy green. Oh my God. Do go buy green though. Go buy green. Oh shit, White Fang is free on YouTube. Was that the actual Bones quote from Star Trek original series? Yes, it was. I'm just kidding, Mike. I don't have kids. Just lots of laughter. Oh my God. Chad, I'm just fucking with y'all. I was making it all up. Just don't hurt my family. And we're caught up! Chick 74 for 199. Hold on. Says Don Knotts' Incredible Mr. Limpet must see flick. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I have not heard of that movie. Twinkles and Chilla says I'll take The Living Dead over the drones. I'm running out of shot shells. I stopped watching Lost after Rough Night, slammed it on Uncaged, and started watching Prison Break. Hopefully this one isn't a waste after season 1. Damn. I've heard it's also a waste after season 1. He's almost caught up. I'm caught up, dude. Damn, he here. I just started flying through chat. I know I didn't miss any super chats, but I definitely missed other people talking. And I know that that's going to be taken and used against me. The point that we're here is to talk about games. He found us. Everyone scatter. Yeah, everybody in the chat just leaves because I've caught up now. Oh my God, dude. That was a lot. I know I don't listen, I've been told numerous times by Disparu and other people that I don't have to read all of chat, and in fact it's impossible to keep up with all of that. But I don't listen. I just keep fucking reading chat. Notice Jay left. Yeah, he's busy, man. Quick, catching up, start the high-speed chat mode. He's here, everyone, run now. He wants all our money. Mike skipped most of the chat, but I guess I didn't pay enough or sacrifice enough dogs. That's crazy. Now people are saying welcome. If you want something funny to react to, This Is Why People Hate You by Rocket-Powered Mohawk is really funny. All right, I have a lot to react to right now, so I like the first season of Prison Break. I haven't watched any of it, but I've heard it's good. Mike is a gentle giant after you pay your fee. Tommy Doyle says grifting again. Mike, I'm not grifting. Oh my God, let's talk games. Fuck, I wasn't joking at the time. I was actually getting into it. Damn it, man. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Well, I've heard that Prison Break is good after season 1. It doesn't get very good. Just a second. I misplaced my tissue, so I can't blow my nose. I'm getting super stuffed up right now. Secret Level is sick. So I was actually going to talk about that first. I have not watched all of Secret Level. What I did watch specifically was the Warhammer episode. I don't know if the guy that made Astartes was involved. I would be surprised if he wasn't involved. Holy shit. 18 minutes of Warhammer is better than than 5-8 episodes of other fucking television shows. That Warhammer short that they did on Secret Level was so fucking good, and it got me so hyped for Warhammer. future Warhammer shorts, future Warhammer content, and live action Warhammer, which we are now officially getting. I know we talked about it a little bit on other streams, but yeah. The last time we talked about Warhammer, they had not signed a contract yet. They were still on the verge of signing a contract. They had until this month. Amazon and Games Workshop and Henry Cavill had until this month to finalize a deal to move forward with the Warhammer project. They signed a deal. They moved forward with it. The only thing I can guess is that they must have wrested full creative control away from Amazon. That's the only way I can see Henry and Games Workshop agreeing to doing anything because of how draconian Amazon's checklists are when it comes to representation and stuff like that. It has to be like 50% of the behind the camera production has to be female or LGBTQ or from a marginalized community, or it could be an intersection of all of those things. 50% of the representation on screen has to be that as well. There's like a bunch of these like numbers in checklists that you have to meet, and they weren't going to do that. Henry Cavill is not going to do that. That is not how they're going to do stuff going forward, especially with that because of the Witcher show being fucking canceled because of how shitty they adapted those storylines. So my guess is that they gave him full creative control, and that is a good sign for Warhammer going forward. This secret level episode of Warhammer is so fucking good. It is amazing, and I'm really excited to watch the rest. I haven't watched any other episodes yet. I know there's a D&D episode. I'm really curious about the Pac-Man episode, and I think we have a few more episodes that haven't been released yet, because there was like a Mega Man one, but I didn't see the Mega Man one on there, so I'm curious. So let me see here. Oh my gosh. Not reading chat when they pay for it. He's becoming Tim Pool. I read all the super chats. If you read chat is why you reading chat is why I watch you. Well, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Aaron, I should say. I know dog. Mike can shoot. No box of kittens to punch. I live in Ohio, so my money's safe. That's wild. You always grifting, says Tommy. That hurts. Cuts deep, man. Disper is the funniest lesbian I know. He's very funny lesbian. Chat. Mike is very sad that you're not super chatting. You're making him cry. That's not a thing. From what I've seen is that he was involved with this episode. Okay, because it looked like him. It had a lot of his vibes, and even sound design and stuff. I fucking loved it. The cinematography alone in that episode is really fucking good. I know I can't pull up the actual stream itself to show you, but some of the shots in this were so fucking cool, man. And I didn't realize this, but for people that don't know, it is a tie-in to Space Marine. I'm not going to tell you how it ties into Space Marine because I don't want to spoil it, so you got to watch it yourself, but it's a tie-in to the Space Marine video game. Here's a shot from it right here. And when I tell you guys, like, dude, let me pull it up here. There's the image. All right, here we go. When I tell you guys that this is some of the best, this is one of the coolest fucking things ever. If you're a fan of Warhammer, it's fucking rad. If you're not a fan of Warhammer, it's still fucking rad. You need to check it out. Look at this shit right here, guys. Look at the fucking armor here. Dude, it's so fucking cool. Dude, I will tell you this, okay? This is a minor spoiler. What's up, Zingus? Welcome into chat. There's a minor spoiler, but it shows you the care and like the shit that they have in lore. There's a moment in this where the characters are walking through an area and there's like the influence of chaos. Like, so there's like the influence of like demons or whatever in the area. And as they're walking, the holy like writs that they have on their armor, like these bitches right here with like the wax seals and shit like that, fucking start smoking and catch on fire and burn up because they're actually written like prayers that are there to protect them from the forces of chaos. It is one of the it is so fucking cool, guys. I'm telling you, if you haven't watched it, if you don't know anything about Warhammer, this is the thing to inject right into your fucking veins to get you hooked on Warhammer. If you like Warhammer, you're gonna watch this and go, this is fucking sick. I need more of it. So shout out to Secret Level. They fucking killed it with this episode. I'm so pumped. It made me so pumped to see future stuff for Warhammer. Damn, Mike never played Warhammer. Looks like I was Vermintide 2, I think. I have Warhammer or WH3 on my wish list. Should I play? Oh, you have wow. Warhammer 3 on my wish list. Should I play the first two before? I'm not sure, actually. Vermintide is Warhammer. It's set in the Age of Sigmar, which is like the fantasy version of 40K. I like 40K more than the fantasy version. The fantasy version is really cool, but actual 40K is I think, to me, the more appealing setting. I'm a sucker for high fantasy stuff, and I like the setting more in Warhammer 40K. I would say just jump into Warhammer 3. I think you're talking about Total War, right? I would just jump into Total War 3. You'll be fine. I don't think you have to play the other games. So, you see the Warhammer on Prime Secret Level? Yep, we just talked about that. I have not watched the Armored Core one yet. D&D episode's really good. J.J. Abrams' never-ending plots and light-burst cinema photography. Yeah, J.J. Abrams has been exposed. Has he done some good things? Yes. I think it's important to recognize when directors and stuff and creatives do a good job. He did a great job directing Mission Impossible 3. I think Mission Impossible 3 is actually one of my favorite Mission Impossibles. He did a good job getting Lost off the ground. His mystery box approach to storytelling is really good to get the ball rolling on something, but he is terrible at finishing up. He's terrible at follow through, and he doesn't know how to write himself out of the corners that his mystery box paints him into, and that is the problem. And yeah, he over relies on lens flares and shit like that. Absolutely, Schick. Be careful when you make fun of Mike's friends. Super chats are required to be doubled, tripled for Ben. It's not a thing. Hoping he didn't agree to any of that. Me too, Vex Fears. Yeah, man. Rough Night, that's a bummer. Season 1 was legitimately as good, though. Honestly, was already wanting to stop. They turned Charlie into a psycho. Elmo Lag says, I'm excited for Warhammer live action. I do hope we're able to feel the impact on screen that CGI is able to deliver. I 100% agree with you, man. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Chick74 says, Jeremy is a known homosexual. 100%. Y'all ready for this? Because I'm about to start. Oh, shit. Pac-Man one is fucked up. Really? Okay, I'm really interested to check it out now. I wish I could get into 40K. I know a lot about it, but right now it hurts. My dad's fave, and he died in January. Just can't dive into the rabbit hole again. Bro, that sucks, Brimstone. Yeah, I could feel that. Having an emotional attachment to, like a negative emotional attachment to it like that, I very much understand it, dude. I only saw a few, including the Pac-Man one. That one's so damn wild. I'm really interested to check it out. Well, Brimstone, I mean, don't ever force yourself to get into the hobby, but it's rad. I'm responding to Lady Epic right now. She's out hanging out with friends right now, so. Good night. Going to get some sleep. Have a good night, everyone. Chrisanne, thank you so much for coming and hanging out and staring at my handsome face. I appreciate you. Chrysanth, Mike doesn't let anyone sleep. Yeah, I wish I could, I wish I could actually have the power to, like, make everybody stay and watch my streams.
We would be honored if you would
The
join
Raging
us.
D Head just subscribed. Thank you for the subscription. I'm so tired of CGI movies. I'm only tired of them if they fall into a formula. And I will say this, I think it's happening in gaming a lot too, and it's definitely happened with CGI movies. Everybody has fallen into this like cell shaded 20 frames per second kind of thing that they're doing. I think that is really lazy, and I think that they need to stop doing that. Spider-Verse did it really well. Some places and some things really, really benefit from that cell shaded look. I will say the reason I really liked Arcane's animation is because even though they use the cell shaded look, it's very smooth, especially season 2's animation. It's very smooth. They don't keep it choppy. And the art direction is really interesting in it versus other things that I'm seeing a lot more of where they use the cell shaded look and it's that slow, choppy, like low frame rate thing to save on animation costs, and it just looks like they're copying Spider-Verse instead of trying to do something unique or interesting, or hey, this cell shaded look actually fits the story that I'm telling. I think that there's definitely a difference. So Secret Level is dope. The Pac-Man one, the one with Keanu, and the Warhammer are dope. I'll watch full series of them. That's rad, dude. I'm wondering if some of that is a pilot for full series going down the lane. The Witcher 3 is mid. I disagree, but I don't play Space Marine, but I couldn't care less about spoilers. That's fair. Elmo lags for 5. We'll do the fart sound again. Says, yeah, there was a certain visual I saw in Titus that I was like, oh, so this ties into the game. Yeah. The Milkman, you're entitled to your opinion, no matter how wrong it might be. Yeah, I don't think The Witcher 3 is mid. I think it's actually a really good game. I know some people that really don't like it. I know Josiah doesn't like it. Ben doesn't like it. I know Adam Krigler wasn't into it. There's like, for The Witcher 3, there's probably like a 5 to 6 hour tutorial at the beginning of the game that takes a little bit to get through. But to me, it's no different than the soft tutorial you get in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's like a whole section of the beginning of that game that's just a fucking tutorial on how to play the game, and it goes on for quite a ways, and it kind of drags a little bit at first, but once you get past that, once you really get a hang of the system, it's really fun and really good. And I really like The Witcher 3. I actually had a ton of fun playing that game. So the ones I did see were sick though, although I keep rooting for the bad guys. With the Unreal Tournament, I just kept wishing they'd get the damn robot already. I haven't watched that one still, so Mike always trying to catch up with chat. Should just call it Chatcast. That's crazy. Actually saying it's mid is generous. Damn. Axel Jessen for 5 says paying the stream tax before Mike puts a Christmas present rigged with a grenade under my Christmas tree. Thank you for the 5, Axel. I appreciate you. That's crazy, dude. I want to get into Warhammer, but I'm broke, so I can't really afford it. Well, you could just watch stuff, watch the lore and stuff like that, and watch Astartes if you haven't already on YouTube. It's really fucking good. Actually saying it's mid is being nice because I think it's ass, but people cry when I say that too. That's why. Gotcha. Yes, Total War. I think Total War is probably good, especially if you like real-time strategy games. If you like more like first-person shooters, there's the 40K. There's oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of it now, but there's the 40K shooter that's kind of similar to Vermintide, but set in the 40K universe. That's a good one. I've been playing. I have Demon Hunters, the Grey Knights like top-down strategy game. It's kind of like a SOCOM with the Grey Knights. I really like that game. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I'm still pretty early on. I've also played Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader's a really good one. It's still an early version of Warhammer, but it's a really interesting game, and I really do enjoy it. So I've been having a blast with Rogue Trader. Shout out to Trucker Rob for gifting it to me. So no, Vermintide is set in Warhammer Fantasy and not Age of Sigmar bullshit. Fuck Age of Sigmar? Really? Okay, so it's just Warhammer Fantasy, not Age of Sigmar. My bad, Double Hawk. Forgive me. In a Sea of Rabbits for 5. Says the tax is real. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. The chat forgets itself may decrease the rations, increase the punishment allotment. Oh my god, dude. It's crazy. I actually like Warhammer Fantasy more than Warhammer 40K. We're all trying to have fun and someone brings up Ben. Oh no. Please don't decrease the rations again, Officer Knight. Dude, that's crazy. Abram needs a dude to write the other 3/4 of his story, maybe. 100%. You can't get a small but vicious dog in 40K like you can in Warhammer Fantasy role-playing. I mean, that's fair. Hi, Rose. Welcome in. Epic Mike is gay and wants to kiss Jeremy. I definitely don't want to kiss Jeremy. No, not at all. Wow, Tommy, Mike isn't Beardo. That's crazy, dude. I have like 4 Warhammer 40K games. I remember playing these now. Yeah, the one I've had the most fun with as of right now has been Rogue Trader, followed closely by Demon Hunters. But I also love the Grey Knights. That's like my fucking faction. I still need to build my fucking army, but like, yeah, Grey Knights are my fucking boys. That's my faction of choice. That'll be my faction forever. I feel the same way about Alias. They spent so much time building up this Nostradamus Da Vinci like character and the mysteries only to crap out in the last 2 episodes. Oof. Twinkles and the Chinchilla says, let's be real. Fantasy purists tend to hate Age of Sigmar. The fact that Mike called TWWH AOS hurts me. Probably charges to call it fantasy. Oh, that's wild. Well, I don't know anything about Age of Sigmar. So, Elden Ring DLC snubbed. I think it should have been. I don't think that DLC should be ever nominated for Game of the Year. I think that's not fair. So, Miss Roughtime says, hi everybody, just popping in to say my greetings. Lady Epic's sister friend and I are out at karaoke. Yeah, you guys have a good night. I appreciate you. Bethesda will never make a good game again. Neither will CD Projekt Red or Ubisoft. You know, I want to hold out hope for CD Projekt Red still, because they did a lot of work on making Cyberpunk a better game. But I agree that the trust is very low and they have a lot of ground to cover to really win back audiences. So, speaking of that, we do have some trailers we need to watch. So, fuck, I'm into add BioWare. BioWare, I do agree, will not make another one. The fuck can you call it mid, says Hogo. I would prefer new animation and Lion King content over the CGI movies we're getting now. That's fair, Rolling Chairs. I feel that. Brimstone's lost his messed up thing. All the best to you, though, dude. Absolutely, man. Shout out. Brimstone's a real one, man. Not liking is one thing, but just say it's mid. That's just wild. Yeah, the only thing that I think is acceptable off the top of my head to call mid is The Batman with Robert Pattinson. Witcher 3 is awesome. I'm playing it again now. Solid 9 out of 10. I need to sit down and just play it all the way through again, man. I really need to. Witcher 2 had better gameplay mechanics, in my opinion. I've heard people say that. BioWare is a special place in hell just for how far they have fallen. That's true. What's up, the Dice Brigade? Welcome in, man. Let's see. I agree with Jace, says Greedo Gaming. What's going on, man? All right, Mike, I gotta go to bed. You're gonna let me or hold me hostage and watch you grift? Yeah, just watch me while you lay in bed, Tommy. It's okay. I don't play Warhammer Tabletop stuff because I can't afford that stuff. That's fair. Bolt Gun or Dark Tide. Yeah, Dark Tide. Bolt Gun looks fun though. It's like a Doom clone. Yeah. All hail Meek and bless his Meeker Police. Did I do good? Did very good. Allergic reaction, Beardo. You did so good. Justin Martins gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much, Justin Martins. Gifted a membership to Rolling Chairs. Look at that, man. Can we all just take a second to appreciate Female Shepherd on the reverse cover art for Mass Effect 3? Sweet jeez. Yeah, Female Shepherd was a baddie, bro. Caldor Drago is a Gary Sue. Hate that guy. That's fair. DLC isn't a game. I agree. Would you recommend reading the books? I'm afraid of getting hooked to the board game. The books for 40K, I've heard the books are great. I know most people read the Horus Heresy. There's a massive list of books to read. Chat, you guys could probably know better than I do. Where is a good place to start reading the 40K books for In the Sea of Rabbits? Can we suggest a couple books that are good to like jump into 40K with? I have Dawn of War, Anniversary, Dark Crusade, Soulstorm, and Winter Assault. That sounds rad, dude. You're going to be disappointed. CD Projekt Red is going to disappoint again. Yeah, they probably will. The Batman is 2/3 great, then bad, so it's still above mid for me. I don't think it's 2/3 great. Every time I watch this movie, bro, I know I keep going off about this film. I don't know why. It's the hill that I'm on right now. The Batman is mid and The Dark Knight Rises is shit. I don't think The Dark Knight Rises is shit. I think the ending is shit. I think arguably that the first half is really good of The Dark Knight Rises and the rest of it is hot dog water. I think the Batman has flashes of brilliance in dog water. It's like, oh, look at that. There's like a delicious like morsel mixed in with all of this trash. And that's the more I watch it, the worse it gets. I almost tweeted it out and I just didn't. The worst part about the Penguin for me is that I was reminded that Pattinson's Batman exists at all. Because the movie's very mid. If you actually go back and watch it, I'm just going to say it this way. And actually, Justin, thank you for the 5. So Grey Knights are a bunch of sisters of battle murdering eunuchs with steel rods up their butts, space wolves and salamanders for the win. Incorrect. Incorrect. The Grey Knights are fucking rad. They have the best looking armor in all of 40K. No. I disagree. If you're falling asleep watching Epic Mike, he looks like Captain Lou Albania or a wild Samoan. Well, thanks. I fucking hate the Riddler in the Batman. Yeah, he's a terrible Riddler. The whole Riddler angle is weird. The Riddler is supposed to be somebody who prides himself on his intellect and can't handle the ego hit that he takes when Batman's as smart as or smarter than he is. Different themes with Batman villains, and if you don't nail those themes, then like you're fucked. The thing about like The Dark Knight, and the reason it's so good, and that's actually a good Batman film, is because Christopher Nolan nails the themes of Batman, and nails the theme of Joker and their relationship to each other, and why these two are so fucking volatile with each other, and why they create such damage and fallout everywhere they go, because Batman refuses to cross that line of putting the Joker down permanently because of like the Joker said, some misguided sense of justice, and the Joker thinks it's too much fun, you know. So everyone always says a Horus Heresy. It's probably because it's one of the most interesting storylines in 40K, but there's some really interesting 40K lines. So Apollo Monopoly says, I just took a life-ending rip. I am sweating. I one time had a buddy tell me that he took like too many edibles one time because he thought that they weren't working, and then he like thought he was dying because he felt like he was melting into his couch. I'm like, oh no. So I love the Batman. Listen, if you like it, I'm not gonna knock you. I'm not gonna scream at you like Jeremy and tell you you're wrong. I think it's mid, but that's because I think some of the underlying themes of the movie that people gave credit for it being a Batman idea are actually something a little bit more akin to like a Hollywood concept. And I'll say that like there's kind of an there's a undertone of wealthy people and people with money and people born with money are privileged, and that privilege prevents them from relating to the normal people, and that lack of relation to the normal people prevents them from making any actual lasting or real change in the world around them. You see that because if you watch how throughout the movie, how everyone talks about Bruce Wayne, they talk about what a privileged piece of shit he is, and how he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And normally the juxtaposition is that Bruce is putting his life on the line to help everybody. Here's the thing though. There are multiple occasions in that film where Batman cannot solve a crime because he has too much money and was raised too wealthy to understand the concept, a concept or an idea behind something. So Batman's supposed to be the smartest, the world's greatest detective, can't even fucking speak Spanish enough. He has to be reminded by the Penguin that it's not La Rata, or that it's not El Rata, it's La Rata. It reminds him, hey, you don't even know how to fucking speak Spanish properly, you privileged fuck. They talk about that with Catwoman, and Catwoman actually isn't portrayed as a villain in that movie. She's portrayed as somebody with gray morals who is trying to just right the wrongs in her life, and Batman's like entitled sense of justice is preventing her from doing that. And he doesn't actually make her a better person. He just kind of enables her to do things and stops her from taking it too far. That's kind of the idea behind it. And then at the end of the movie, the big reveal, and part of the reason I despise that movie so much, or I'm starting to despise that movie, is because the movie hinges on Batman being too wealthy of a person to know what the fucking carpet tucker is. It's an obscure piece of knowledge. It's not like, oh, here's a really specialized tool that only person that uses it would know. And so, like, you know, because it's like really high tech or whatever it is, it's a fucking carpet tucker. And the only reason that Batman even finds out it's a carpet tucker is because the poor Mexican cop that he's working with has a cousin who works in carpeting and has to use a carpet tucker because they're not rich and wealthy like Bruce Wayne and can't just figure these things out. Yeah, that's what the plot hinges on. So the books are great. The best start for the whole timeline is Horus Heresy. If you want to start an actual current 40k timeline, then I suggest the Eisenhorn series or Caiaphas Kane books. There you go, man. Creative Assembly is on the same trajectory as BioWare. They just bought themselves some time with Warhammer contract. Gotcha. The Batman was a cocksucking factory, says Apollo Monopoly. That's crazy. Can't watch an unlikable Catwoman. Sorry, she has the look, but that mouth, man. Damn. Every time I rewatch Rises, I saw less and less. That's fair. Does Mike know about the GKs did to the what the GKs did to the SOB? What do you mean? Oh, the Grey Knights? I don't know. Would James Gunn allow the Batman 2? Yes. James Gunn has said that he really likes Otherworld projects, so he's gonna let them do the Batman 2 and 3. Chances are we won't get Batman the Brave and the Bold until after the Batman 3 comes out. So we probably won't see any other Batman in this universe in any significant way, probably until 2028 is my guess. Still enjoying enough for being better than a 5 out of 10, which is average. I gotcha. Real Batman will never quit and will never die before he lets some costume asshole kill thousands of Gotham citizens in the stupidest way possible. That's fair. Eldritch for 5 says, "Hail your epicness. I hope you're going to MegaCon. It would be my honor to meet you. It would make my soul glow. Merry Christmas to you and all." Well, thank you so much.
Chicken grease.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to MegaCon for sure. And to be honest, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I know you guys are gonna give me shit for it, but that's okay. You guys, all the donations here, donations on Streamlab, the channel memberships, all of that stuff goes towards helping me get to MegaCon, making sure that my bills are taken care of. The biggest thing for me is knowing that my bills are all taken care of, that my wife and kids are set, so that when I go to MegaCon and spend the money to go to MegaCon and stuff like that, it's not putting me in a hole that my family then has to suffer for. So you guys always, with your generosity, with the help, all of that stuff helps me, puts me in a good position to be able to go to these meetups and hang out stress-free. So thank you. I really do. It from the bottom of my heart, it means the world to me. I very much appreciate it. My favorite Batman movie is Batman 89. Batman 89 is goated. Also, BVS is a better movie than Jeremy the Homosexual claims it is. It is. Absolutely, 100%. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me. It's not a masterpiece. It's not flawless in its execution, but I like what they're doing. So people can like what they like, and that's fine. We don't need to agree 100% of the time. Exactly, Glenneth. The Dark Knight type of Joker isn't typically my favorite since I don't like the whole Joker obsessed with Batman interpretation. It works, though, and it's pretty much become the only interpretation. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like the Batman was a wasted chance to do a really good Court of Owls story. I think that's where they're leading. I think in the next movie, we're going to get Mr. Freeze and a setup for the Court of Owls, and I think the third movie will be the Court of Owls. So, yo, I just made edibles all summer once, and I forgot that I left a whole batch of cookies out. My brother, that doesn't smoke at all, had like 7. Bro thought he was dying. Damn. This brew says carpet tucker. Yeah, right? Sounds like an adult movie term. It is. It is an adult movie term. Oh my god. Carpet tucker sounds like a move lesbians go to during sex. Want a Cleveland steamer? No, I prefer the carpet tucker. No, fucking hell, bro.
Huh?
Oh my god, dude.
Ew. Brother, ew. What's that? What's that, brother?
Disper says, I've just come off Saucy Saturdays. The gutter is where we belong. Yeah, I don't make that stream any better. Talking about wild shit. So, Ruan Leon says, Astrobot! You like Astrobot, Ruin Leon? I don't know anything about Astrobot. I guess it fucking won Game of the Year. Good for it. I didn't play Astrobot. I'm not a fucking PlayStation person, so I'm kind of curious. If you liked it, you liked it, man. Hey, me, just curious. You think the Emperor of Mankind is actually coming back? No, I do not think that he's actually going to come back. Okay, yes and no. I think at some point he will return. I think it's inevitable for the storyline that he has to come back, but that's such a world-altering event in the setting that if he does come back, it's going to have to be a really big shakeup. My guess is that GW is saving that kind of a thing, that kind of a story development for like declining sales, or if they get in a situation where, yeah, they're really not making a lot of money, or they're noticing something going on. But right now they're in a good spot where the industry is just blowing up for them. So I do think the Emperor of Mankind will come back at some point, though. What's up, old Renaissance Boomer? Welcome in, man. I have not seen what the Grey Knights did to the Sister of Battle. You have to let me know. Hey, chat, is Blade of the Immortal, like, the anime any good? I liked Batman. I love Heath Ledger's Joker. I've never seen a better cast actor for a role. I agree with you. I think it's one of the greatest acting performances of all time. I like everything that Batman is trying to do in theory. When Matt Reeves said he wanted to make it a blue Batman costume, that may not have been hyped, and of course that went nowhere. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Donald McNamara says that's how you grift. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna see Meek. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm definitely gonna be there. Shit, for $4.99. Says haven't heard KFC in over a month. I played it in my last stream. I'll play it again. I can't wait to see what Jeremy does when I ask him to sign a Snake Eyes DVD, bro. He's gonna be like, oh my gosh, dude. Why is Jeremy too retarded to understand the Martha thing? I don't know, man. Twinkle says, Mike, I appreciate everything you're doing for me. Locks us back in the basement. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm thankful for you. And just like slowly shuts the door. Yeah, I don't understand. I think the movie does a good job of setting up what a psychologically damaging thing. That the last thing your father says is your mother's name, and then you're about to murder this alien and sacrifice everything that you know makes you human because you believe you're doing a service for the goal, for the good of humanity. So you're willing to throw away your humanity and become a monster in order to stop this guy that you think is an actual monster, just for him to call out your mother's name in his last moments. And he's like, what the fuck? Why are you, what? Like, how the fuck do you know that person? How the fuck do you know who Martha is? I thought that was a kind of an interesting way of doing it. It's like, oh shit, like how the fuck do you know that name? And everybody's like, oh, that's so stupid. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, they show that he has a problem, you know? Yeah, and then to know that he has a chance to like save someone else's mother from the hands of a villain. Like, I don't know, man. What's up, Jordy? Welcome in. Zanaximus for 20. Says, wanted to send a tip for how good your performance was at the Game Awards. A man of many instruments for real, though. You got any games in particular you're most looking forward to next year or later? Well, I appreciate that, Zanaximus. Thank you. Yeah, there was a guy that was playing like a bunch of different instruments at the Game Awards, and people were freaking out about it. I am really looking forward to the Elden Ring co-op game. I think it's a fucking genius idea. I'm really looking forward to the Outer Worlds 2. I like the Outer Worlds 1. I think a bigger, more expansive map is going to be really good. I'm very tentatively curious about Avowed. I'm not holding my breath that it's going to be any good anymore, but I want to play it. And there's a couple games that I do have pulled up here for trailers, like Slay the Spire 2 that I'm actually looking forward to. Those are a couple of the games. I'd have to go back and look through the list again of what games are supposed to be coming out. I mean, obviously, I'm excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. That's tentatively excited. That it's gonna. I really do hope that it drops next year. So those are a couple of the games that I'm excited for. And I have to look through the list and get a more comprehensive list of what games are supposed to come out next year, and my excitement for them. But those are just some of the ones off the top of my head that I'm really excited about. So, Axel Justin for 5. If you think you hate Grey Knights, you don't hate them enough. I like the majority of loyal Space Marines, except Grey Knights. F those guys, dude. I love the Grey Knights. They're my favorite faction. So he can't reincarnate. He's trapped on the throne. Well, that's the rumors that he can't reincarnate. But that's the thing. If they pull the plug on the throne, he could potentially come back. But then that would open the floodgates for demons to touch down on Holy Terra, unless you found somebody of the level or a reincarnated version of Malkador the Sigillite who could hold that door shut long enough for the Emperor to reincarnate and come back. But, you know, who knows? You know, or if you could get a big enough force, you'd have to ally with some people. If you get a big enough force of might to show up and go into the warp and fight that horde at the other end of the door that's waiting to pour into Holy Terra, to distract them long enough to shut the door down, or to shut the Golden Throne down, so the Emperor has time to reincarnate. So, but we'll see. You know, there's chicken grease in my soul, but fuck KFC on big business. I do agree with that. What's worse, the Grey Knights or Marines Malevolent? Oh my gosh, dude, it's the Grey Knights. Grey Knights are awesome. Have you checked out Marvel Rivals? I have not, Disparu. I really want to, but I have not got a chance to check it out. The Martha thing is still stupid. I disagree. I don't think the Martha thing is stupid. There's a comedic skit in there. Maybe the last time Batman heard that name was when his dad was screaming, making Bruce a brother. Oh my god, dude. Oh, Martha. Oh, dude, that's wild. A writer wrote a scene where a squad of Grey Knights thought a squad of Sisters of Battle were so pure and holy that they needed to kill them and bathe in their blood to help them protect themselves from demons. That's pretty fucked. See, that to me is the kind of shit that they will put in there to, like, to depreciate the idea behind the Grey Knights. And to me, I'm like, you have fanatics that work for a fanatical cult that are like, because they already are, they're part of the Inquisition. They're technically actually not part of the Imperium. They're like they're part of the Inquisition. They answer to the Inquisition, even though they are space marines, but because they're psychers and stuff like that, the idea of doing that is pretty icky. Like, it just kind of feels like, oh, look at how dark and gritty and awful these guys are. And it's like, we already knew they're awful, because Space Marines and the Imperium in general is pretty awful. Like, there's no good guys. But to do stuff like that just seems like heinously evil, especially considering, like, the lore is that no Grey Knight has ever fallen to corruption and has never fallen to chaos. And they do shit like that. I'm like, that would make you fall to chaos. That's makes you fall to chaos. Thank you for the follow over on Kick, Psychic One. Thank you, Psychic One, for the follow. Turok, I have the Turok trailer pulled up here. GTA 6 has DEI written all over it. Sorry, but I'm not looking forward to it. Grey Knights are goated. Let's go. The whole Martha thing is admitted a bit silly. I like what Snyder was going for. Yeah, I dig it. I still like it. Grey Knights can accomplish with 100 what the Custodes accomplished with thousands. Yeah, that's not wrong. Can I share this? I lost my dad the same way Bruce did, in front of me, and it sticks with you. Really? Bro, that's rough, man. I'm sorry, Drakenwolf. Damn, bro, we're bringing up, like, old memories and stuff like that, and lost parents and shit. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's rough. Rudy, thank you for the $2 European dollars. European dollars, European Guspinks. I stopped watching Backstreet Boys vids to be here. Well, I am very honored, Ruddy. I really am. I heard the Grey Knights smell bad, like poo gas. That's mean. Marvel Rivals is good. It was crazy at first. More people get used to it. It's settled down into a more interesting game. Okay. I'm kind of curious to check it out. Why would Superman call her by his first name? Because him saying, hey, go find Mrs. Kent, or go find my mom. You know, in that moment, like, he's just thinking about his mother. Like, hey, let me say her name. Like, go save Martha. Oh, who? Martha? Martha Kent. Okay, well, let me use my vast resources to find out where the last location of Martha Kent was and potentially find out where she's been taken. I don't know. I don't think it's that stupid. The Grey Knights are already super buff against demons. It was redundant. That Arthur is a well-known hack. See, that's what I'm saying, Agent Orange. That feels kind of shitty, bro. That feels kind of shitty. Oh, Charles Devane popped in chat. All right, let me do this for Charles real quick. I'm late. Oh, yeah, I'm running a little late today. But hail Meek, the cream of the crop. Oh, yeah, of being late in general. Yeah, oh, yeah. Always remember, though, Jeremy is a massive, raging homosexual, and Beardo is a retarded ass pussy. Oh, yeah. Can you dig it? Thank you, Charles Vane. One Granite failed to Chaos, but it was because he drove deep into the warp, confronted Slanesh directly and nearly killed it, but fell at the last possible second. Well, there you go. Big Tex is in the house! Me, says Demetrius Ross. What's going on, Demetrius? See, Granite's killing members of the Psoriasis as actual heresy. Soritas. I agree with you. That is definitely heresy. That's why it's really dumb that they did that. Lucky says, Epic Mike, how's it going, brother? What's going on, Lucky? Welcome in. Mom would be better than Martha. Yeah. Zelda Windwalker did cell shading well in the video game. Yes, it did. It's all good, Mike. Wasn't trying to bring the mood down, just sharing. It made sense for me, for a reason, but I get it because the movie came out before. That's fair. Drakenwolf, you're not bringing the mood down. I appreciate you being honest like that, man. Thank you. The whole thing isn't as bad as people say, but it's still not good. It's not a perfect movie. It's not a masterpiece or anything. It's decent. Meek Helldivers 2 added a shield. You and your team can shoot through, but enemies can't shoot through with their shots. Yeah, I saw that. The portable shield or whatever that you can put up now, and it's like impervious to it can tank enough shots from even the big guys for you to be able to move out of the way with it. That's rad. What's up, Can Man? Oh man, we got Can Man in here.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, cocaine was on Macho Man. Oh yeah. Do I snort that white stuff off my nose? No. In fact, that white stuff is just the shit that I sneeze out. Yeah. The Macho Grift Epic Savage. Damn, dude. What's up, Shell Frogs? How you doing? Them having mom sharing the same names, and it was very convenient for the plot, so I agree with it being a bit silly. I mean, it's just the comics, though. That was her name, so. You having good, healthy poops? I am, Spiderfinger. Thank you. I'm making sure those poops are very healthy and getting out on time. Thank you. Screw y'all. I love BVS, but the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, the Ultimate Edition is a lot better. But I also get it, so it's a weird limbo spot. Yeah, man, it's odd. When will you play another horror game? I need to finish up Amnesia. I don't want to, but I need to finish up Amnesia. That's gonna be my next horror game. It'll probably be in the next couple weeks here though too. All right, we're caught up on chat. All right, listen. We got a couple things I want to do real quick. I want to go over. I have not watched the Witcher 4 trailer. Okay, I have not watched a lot of the trailers that have come out for these games on purpose, so I can react to them, so I can hear you guys' thoughts on these. Hi, Wicked. Welcome in, Wicked Virtue. Good to see you. Rachel Hill says, just pop by to say hi. Can't stay long. Rachel Hill, I appreciate you as well. Wicked Virtue, Rachel Hill, thank you for being here. Roughlight says, must be nice. My poops are no bueno. I mean, it takes me, sometimes I'll, sit on the toilet for a little while, but some of that is me actually playing video games or watching movies. So we haven't paid Mike enough to play another horror game. That's not true. I gotta finish up Asylum. I really do. Or I mean, Amnesia. So, Witch Her, right? Mike, bring back the scary super chat sounds. I will do that at some point. Yeah. The 4D KFC film where they forcibly inject you with gravy. Macho Man cosplay when? Maybe I'll do that for Maybe I'll see what I could do about getting like a headband and stuff like that for MegaCon. And maybe I'll do like a Macho Man cosplay at MegaCon for a little bit. Who plays video games on the toilet? On my phone, Disparu! I have games on my phone, and sometimes when I'm shitting,
That's a huge bitch.
I pull up my games on my phone and play them while I'm chilling. Listen, it's not that weird. People in chat have done it too. You're chilling, you're taking a Duke, and you go, you know what? I'm kind of bored sitting here. I'm going to pull up a game on my phone and do it and play it. This Rubna says that's 90% why the reason I bought a Steam Deck. Oh my god. If you have to spend that long in the loo, you need a doctor, not a Game Boy. No, the Game Boy distracts from how long it takes you to shit. Oh my gosh, Disparu. You understand. Never touch his screen. I wash my hands. I don't like wipe it and put my hands on there. I'm sitting there duking, playing, and then when it's time to wipe, you put the thing away. You put it off to the side. It is weird. How do you spend long enough on the loo to get bored? Oh, Disparu. Oh, gosh. Maybe this is just an American thing. I think that's what it is this an American thing, and I know that that's why it's difficult for you to understand. We need our time, and sometimes you're just chilling, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna pull up shit on my phone and play some games on my phone. You know, they're not like super intense games, just like, you know. Wicked says, go to sleep, Disparu. Listen, it's an American thing, okay?
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Mike plays Candy Crush confirmed. I play Marvel Strike Force. That's actually the game that I play, Marvel Strike Force. And there's like a little pirate game too. I have a Modern Mania, Marvel Strike Force, and then Grim Tides. Those are the 3 games I have on my phone that I play. Mike White was the Game Boy. Fucked. That's crazy. Axel Jess for $2. I'm dropping a Grey Knight watching Mike right now. I respect it. I would, but I'm too horrified by Americans completing 30-hour RPGs on the toilet. Maybe like, you know, like half an hour or something. I don't know, you know. I'm American. I'm done pushing out Browns in 5 minutes. This brew's gonna have nightmares tonight. That's crazy. I used to play Marvel Strike Force, but playing Raid now. I haven't touched Raid Shadow Legends. I just can't. But I do. Yeah, I've been playing Marvel Strike Force since it dropped, like the original game. I remember when it was like a big deal when I unlocked Doctor Strange for the first time. So, now he's actually pretty good though. Again, that kit, the new kit that they added to him is pretty fucking rad. So. Hearthstone. I haven't played Hearthstone. There was another card game I played back in the day. I used to play Galaxy of Heroes, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but that shit got so pay to win. It was wild. Like it became one of the most pay to win games I've ever played. And I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. And it was too many sweats. In order to join like a good like clan, you had to download like fucking Discord and all this shit so they could like schedule raids and make sure everybody was ready to go. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing, guys? Just send out a notification on the game. Hey, it's time to do a raid at this time. Like, what the fuck? It was some bullshit. I just stopped playing it after that. So this Bruce says, no, I sleep like a baby. I'm not backed up like apparently Mike is, and by sleep like a baby I mean cry all night and crap myself. that's wild, bro. That's some crazy shit right there.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Disparu is going to be at MegaCon. Disparu, are you going to MegaCon? Is that confirmed? Are we hanging out at MegaCon, Disparu? Or are you going to Vegas? Which one are you going to? Shell Frogs threw a super chat poem that X-Wing said out loud about my crush on Margaret Wriggles. So you tell me. Oh, damn. She caught you. Holy fuck says, it's always a plus if my legs still work after using the toilet.
My leg!
Yeah, sometimes you get the pirate leg, or both pirate legs. That's how you know you've really been on the toilet too long, is when both legs go numb. But it's typically just one leg goes numb. So you get up and you limp around like a fucking pirate for a while. It's, you know, it's just kind of a thing. So Hearthstone is a bad game. Too much random and no skill. Fuck Hearthstone. I haven't played it, so. What's up, ho ho holy fuck? Mike, I hope you and your family have a blessed Christmas. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's going to be a good Christmas, yeah. Wicked Virtue for 99 cents. Oh, Wicked, you did not have to do that. Thank you. It says a pile of poop with a face. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. It's actually I'm guessing that's the little like super chat emoji, but what it says to me is that you send a message saying a pile of poop with a face. So we're not backed up, Disbrew, hence the video games. I beat entire games on my throne. There you go. It's like an actual throne. We sit on our porcelain thrones, you know. We sit on our porcelain thrones, oh yeah. And we release the Browns into the water, oh yeah, and we play video games. Mike doesn't know sweats until he makes the mistake of buying Escape from Tarkov. I have not played that yet. Wicked telling us where she sent that super chat from. Oh my gosh, dude, that's wild. Okay, what's that at sound effect? That's Dave Chappelle. For real, I'm not though. I just wanted ish on Grey Knights more. Oh, you wanted to shit on Grey Knights more? That's fair, Axel Justin. Thank you for the $2, man. And I promised Rudo a long time ago he may punch me. I'm definitely going to MegaCon. Hell fucking yeah. There we go. That's my celebration for Disbrew coming to MegaCon. How's Disbrew awake? Disbrew doesn't sleep. Well, that's not true. Disbrew sleeps in weird chunks of the day where he's like, I have nothing going on. And then he sleeps until one of the alarms reminds him he has something going on. He wakes up, does it, and then he falls asleep for like another chunk of the day. So, Wicked Virtue says, "Nuh-uh, Disbrew, I'm in bed." So you're pulling an Amber Heard, huh? Vex Fears with the booby emoji over on Kick. Thank you, Vex Fears. Rough Knight says, Disbrew rad will force feed you freedom food to increase your liberty levels.
What the fuck is a
Raul NT says, I had both legs go numb and fell hours on the toilet. That's amazing, dude. Oh shit. Brother. Ooh, brother. Denied you were on the toilet, didn't deny you were pooping. Disbrew got it. Apollo Monopoly says, I'm trying to sell my cats into slavery so I can super chat. Please don't ban me again, Meek. That's wild, dude. Drop the kids off at the pool. Yeah, drop the Browns off at the Super. They're taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's. Patrick Stewart voiced the poop emoji in a movie. Yes, he did. And my kids tried to watch it, and I told them they weren't allowed because I don't want that movie. I didn't want that movie playing in my house. So, not pooping. Wicked Virtue says, not pooping there, Disbrew. I mean, if you say so. The cream rises to the top. That's so fucking gross, Lucky. Oh fuck, dude. Quick chat, type all at once, pile of poop in the face. I'm so fucking behind right now. I'm gonna bring the colonies back. He's gonna show up and try to reinstate the colonies. Oh shit, dude. Says Mike is a good guy. Salute. Chad is the best. Jeremy is the prime fig, queen of the grift. Bent is his power bottom. Salute. Merry Christmas, everyone. Another salute. Thank you, Drakenwolf. I appreciate you.
That's a
Thank you for the
huge
20,
bitch.
man. Means a lot to me. Disbrew's gonna get stepped on at MegaCon. I won't let him do that. And I won't let him put on a fucking Sonichu medallion either. Yeah, Disper sleeps when he's tired. Oh my gosh, dude. Mike's description is remarkably accurate. Dude, I got it figured out, man. I only know this because you're like, you respond at the weirdest fucking times to me. I'm like, there's no way in hell Disper's awake right now. Immediate response. And then other days, I'm like, yo, like, okay, I know what's like over there, and it has to be like a reasonable time for him. And I'll be like, yo, you want to blah, blah, blah. He's like, bro, I'm about to go to sleep. And I'm like, I got you. It's sleep when I can, not at a specific time. And if I didn't have children, that's what my life would be. If I didn't have children, I probably would stream like 10, 12 hours a day. And then I would like eat fucking like a bowl of like popcorn chicken every day or some shit like something really like simple and basic that I like. And then I would just sleep for like 6 hours and then start the whole day all over again, bro. Like it would be wild. It's nuts. So it wouldn't be healthy, but yeah. A single guy cooking says Mike's still banning us for not donating enough. No one is getting banned. How are we going to start a thing with that? The internet will go wild with that, right? I have diarrhea involuntarily the second I fall asleep. Haven't slept well in decades. Is that a real thing, Apollo Monopoly? Do you really just start shitting when you fall asleep? Lacrimosa soundboard. This is the most civilized Mike has ever been. Hey, I had, what's it called on here too? Toccata and Fugue in D minor. I had that on here for a little while for Halloween, but yeah. Yeah, the Bach is my favorite. Is probably my favorite. And his whole Requiem. Is that Bach? Yeah, that was Bach that did the Requiem like songs or whatever. Right? Hold on. Lacrimosa was Amadeus. I like Mozart a lot, but it was Mozart. Then what was the one that hold on. Cuz I like Mozart, and then Bach did fucking hell. I'm trying to think of the name of that fucking one that he did. It was like a like funeral music or some shit. Anyways, whatever. Fuck it. I like Mozart. I like Bach. I like Beethoven. They're all good. Chopin's great. I listen to a lot of classical music, actually. I listen to a lot of classical music when I'm writing. That's actually where I get some of my best ideas, is like playing like really good classical music. One that I didn't appreciate when I was younger and appreciate a lot more now that I'm older, just because they use it a lot in movies and not in the right places. In the Hall of the Mountain King. That piece of music is fucking rad, dude. You'd be on the toilet like Lethal Weapon dropping bombs. That's funny. It's actually really bad for your bunghole to sit on the toilet for too long. I mean, that's fair. Who plays games on the toilet? Get halfway up and slam into the vanity. That's wild. Never even been extra girls chat. This is a case of mistaken identity. I'm being framed. I believe you, Winterd. Mike, I expect that from Disper, not you. I know. Let's go Lions and not frack it up. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of defensive guys back this week. I think that defense is going to be in a better spot than the Bills defense. And if it's going to be an offensive shootout, I think the Lions are going to have the edge, especially because the Lions are going to run the fucking ball all over the Bills this week. Frank thanks says, "Sup, Mike, just got out of work. I got to be back in by 6 a.m. so can't stay." Well, Frank, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for stopping by, bro. I'm going to play the not fart sound because some guy yelled at me for using the fart sound too much. My entire life could be summarized as this is what bachelors do. Yeah, man. I need games on the toilet because being on the toilet is no fucking game. There you go. What do the Detroit Lions and Billy Graham have in common? Both have an entire stadium on their feet. Jesus Christ, that's wild. Twinkles the Chinchilla says, well, you're doing it wrong if you're not chilling on the toilet, Diz. Yeah. The Griff stream returns. Oh my gosh. My front room is just, this is what you'd do if your wife would let you get away with it. Yeah. That's it. Like, yeah. Axel Justin's for 2. I was banned for not paying the stream tax. No, you weren't. I just got released from my bank for not super chatting. Hey there. There's a knock at the door. Shit, it's the Meekrit police. There's no Meekrit police. They all did requiems, did they? Okay. So those trailers, Meek. All right, I know there's trailers. You know what? All right, I'm gonna watch. Here's the thing. I have not watched the Witcher trailer. I'm gonna watch the Witcher trailer right now. That's what we're gonna do. The funeral march. Thank you.
We would be honored.
Box
if you
Fugues.
would
Yeah.
join us.
Mayor EO, thank you for the subscription. Yes, Fugues. Thank you. Yeah. 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky is great too, as well as Swamp Lake OP. I also love fucking oh my god, now I can't even think of it. The it's a waltz. Do 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 do. I don't remember the name of that. Somebody will know what that is. Anyways, the Hungarian waltz. Yeah, the fucking Hungarian waltz is like one of my favorite pieces of music too. I get my best ideas on the John or in the showers. Yeah, I get some of my best ideas in the shower as well. That's typically where I come up with the most interesting characters and shit. I'll be taking a shower and I'll be like, oh fuck, what's this? Okay. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Sometimes the ideas work, sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. If I can get through an entire shower, dry off, be done, and be able to sit down at my desk and write down a character idea, that's how I know it's a good one, typically. So, all right. We're going to watch this trailer for The Witcher because I have not watched it yet, and I'm very, very, very curious as to what the big deal is about this. So, my kids love Hall of the Mountain King. Yeah, it's a good one. Mine on Bald Mountain is awesome. I love Or Fortuna. There we go. Bro, the Hall is great. Have you seen it by Fritz Lang with Peter Lorre? I have not. Check that. I recommend Little Einstein. Shit bumps. Dude, Little Einstein is legit. Elemental MJ says, I used to give my sister so much shit as a kid for liking classical music, only to enjoy and prefer it in non-lyrical music a lot of times. Yeah, man. Some of my best research comes from shit sessions. Wagner is great for writing. There's so much going on in his compositions. Wagner is good too. Beethoven's 7th Symphony. That's a good one. Yeah. I completely did not clean up after Thanksgiving party. Left for a week, came home, finally cleaned up the kitchen after a second week of sitting there. Yeah, well. Dragon Wolf says, hey, well, stay safe out there and keep your heads up. You begin to appreciate how much support you are being given. Most dire situations, this whole community has been important. It's a part 1. Even without knowing it, to help me through rough times. Thank you all. Okay, enough crying. Good night. Dragon Wolf, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for hanging out, bro. I'm glad we could encourage you. You're always welcome here. So, yeah. Wagner's great for toilet chilling. I love dumping to the ring cycle. It makes me feel like a Viking. Everyone just ignore me. I'm hopped up in high fructose freedom juice and in a shit talking mood. This Bruce says, I woke up in the middle of the night last night to Mike standing over me, shadow covering his eyes as he growled, the dead is due. He only left when I went to bed. Oh my god. All right, let's watch this trailer real quick. For The Witcher 4.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow from a devilishly curious child into a remarkable young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness. Take the easy times what shape us, nay. 'Tis how we rise to face the hard times what does that for us. Ye've an heart of gold. Ye've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling, sweeten. Today's the day ye fill out your destiny.
Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
So, like, I mean, already the vibes feel very Witcher. I don't know how long into the future or how far into the future this takes place versus The Witcher 3. Like, how much of a time gap there is. The rumor that I heard was that Geralt and Yennefer are both dead at this point. And I have not played the DLC for Blood and Wine. So I don't know what that storyline is or how Geralt's storyline concludes. He could be dead for all I know at the end of that storyline. Do not spoil it for me, please, because I am going to play it at some point. But I already knew that Ciri was going to be the character going forward. I just thought they were going to do something a little bit more interesting than they're doing with this so far. So I'm going to check this out. But I'm just kind of pausing it because I'm kind of breaking it up a little bit. So.
A Witcher? Witcher! Whose coin did ye take? Nay, you can't. 'Tis tradition. Chosen she is, by the gods.
No! You chose her.
So it looks like she's wearing the wolf medallion, but that doesn't look like the regular wolf medallion. So I don't know what that's all about. That's different. Also, the fact that she has fucking eyes means she went through the trials. Huh. I always thought the point of Ciri was that she didn't need to go through the trials because she was sufficiently powerful without it. But whatever, I guess not.
Back to the village. Go, now.
Nay! I must save them! Save the village!
Save yourself! Run! To shelter!
Yeah, that doesn't look like
Village,
Geralt.
Save yourself!
I'm trying to see that fucking medallion. Yeah, that doesn't look like the wolf medallion at all. That looks like the cat one. So she's part of the... Okay, so she's part of the cat school? Huh.
Run! To shelter! To your father! Run!
Link's medallion? Thank you. I appreciate that, Rafter Man.
The chosen one. His tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
So, like, I'm not immediately, like, mad at this. I guess, you know, one of the things that I've seen a lot of people go off about is her look and the way she looks now. I mean, she does look a little bit different than she did in the games. And I know people are like, well, she's older now. You're like, yeah, but she ages more slowly and stuff like that because of the elder blood. By the way, Axel Justin, thank you for the 2. Tax collector Mike is my sleep paralysis demon. That's a terrifying one. He's not dead. They'll be in the games. Okay. The thing is, we play as Ciri already. I mean, in Witcher 3, and you get to see that she has a distinctly different style than Geralt, and how she approaches things, how she approaches being a Witcher, how she approaches monster fighting, all of that stuff. And that because she doesn't have the advantage that she would as a Witcher, you know, that she has to approach things differently. She has to fight differently. And my biggest takeaway from this trailer is, what if Ciri basically was the next Geralt? And that's less interesting to me than having, like, we obviously in that trailer get to see her use some of her power. It would have been far more interesting to have seen her maybe start out the fight swinging the sword, and then to see her doing like her teleporting and stuff that we did and that we get to experience in The Witcher 3. I want to see, this is a biggest thing I have about a lot of what's happening right now in storytelling and in characters like this, is somebody will see something that's really cool. Like, oh, Geralt fighting monsters and stuff like that. That's so cool. So we should emulate that with our character, or emulate that, you know, and want to see that because we want our characters and our players to feel like, wow, that's so cool. That feels just like the old thing that we did before. A lot of times it's that kind of a thing. Like, how can we mimic what's come before and the cool parts of what's been before, versus we already saw in The Witcher 3 that Ciri responds to and fights and acts completely different than Geralt. There's similarities in that she's been trained by him, but she doesn't just look like Geralt out there fighting, and she doesn't have to. She has a distinct advantage over other people in her abilities, in the way she uses them and what she can do with them. And I know that this is just a sample size, but I would have been far more hyped to have seen her looking like she was doing this on her own, in her own unique style, than to look like she's just filling in for Geralt at this point. And maybe that'll be part of the story. Maybe the part of the story will be, you know what, I don't have Geralt anymore to look up to. I don't have him guiding me anymore. So I'm doing things and trying to pretend to be him, or trying to fill in his shoes. I don't know. You know, I did see somebody in the chat say, well, we get to see Ciri doing, you know, living her life as a Witcher. Well, the thing is, it's either or. You have a choice. You can either let her take over Nilfgaard, or she can become a Witcher. There's 2 different endings there. And the thing is, like, with her with the cat eyes, to me, I'm less interested in her having gone through the trials and having to listen to them explain in the story how how she passes the trials or goes through them or any of that stuff. That's less interesting to me than seeing her make her own way as a Witcher, make her own way in the world, and decide this is what I want to do with my life and what that looks like and the effect that's had on the world around her. That's what I'm interested in. So I don't know, man. I want to be excited. But my biggest concern is how bogged down the story is going to get in trying to justify certain choices made versus just telling an interesting story about Ciri. So the good ending of The Witcher has Ciri living the life of a Witcher, being quite successful at it, but she never took the trial of the grasses. Yeah. She's the cat school. That's what I thought. It looked like the cat school, but and like, yeah, Rafterman said, yeah, Ciri can become a Witcher at the end of The Witcher 3, or she takes over Nilfgaard. So, if she didn't go through them, she'd be considered weaker for not having gone through them, so they can't have that. My thing is, that would have been really interesting to a different approach to The Witcher. Because my thing is, I don't want to play The Witcher 4 and it play like The Witcher 3 with just upgraded graphics or upgraded control schemes. I want it to feel like a new experience with a new character. Like if you're going to jump off of, you're going to move away from Geralt, it needs to feel distinct and new and different than what we've gotten. You know, there can be, like I said, similarities with the sword play and similarities with like, oh, that looks like Geralt's fighting style, but on a person with a smaller, more nimble body type, things like that. I don't want to, it shouldn't feel like she's brute forcing everything and like she's like a blunt instrument with a blade at the end of it, like Geralt sometimes is. Like Geralt is a blunt instrument who can be sharp if he needs to, whereas it felt like Ciri had to use her mind and her wits and stuff like that to close the gap between her and a regular Witcher. That's at least my opinion of it. So I don't know, man. Ciri's original powers were enough for her to beat most people. This is illogical and not necessary, all for the sake of a female Witcher. I'm pretty sure I'd make a good Ciri, says Disparu. I think you would too, man. And then, yes, I have seen that the developer said that she took the trials. She can't be just a dimension jumping sorceress. Elder blood, that would be disrespectful to the female audience, all 100 of them. She went through the trials and she has her powers. Yeah, that sounds pretty shitty. I have the chin for it. So I'll just replay The Witcher 3 then. There you go. Where and who put her through the trials? Well, yeah, because what's his name is gone now. He dies. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about that. I definitely have mixed feelings about that one. And I can see why there's attitude, some of the attitude that people have about it. Because my thing is, more than anything, the immediate argument's going to be, like some people are going to walk away with it mad about the way she looks. I don't really have a problem with the way she looks. She looks fine. The graphics look like updated graphics. It looks like they slightly altered the way the character looks. Geralt looks very different from The Witcher 2 to The Witcher 3, things like that. I mean, like, there's shit that happens like that. But at the end of the day, what does the essence of this character feel like? Does this feel like Ciri from The Witcher 3? Not really. It kind of just looks like they're like, yo, look how badass Ciri is now. We're like, yeah, we already knew she was badass, but we're more interested in where is she now? I don't know, man. No telling what they'll do romance-wise either. Shake my head, yeah. Why is Epic Mike crying? I'm always crying. I'm just sad all the time. Meh. Yeah, meh is what I'm kind of walking away with. Yeah. She looks good. I think she looks fine. She looks different than she did. Her character design has obviously changed. But also part of that is definitely a design to make her look harder, make her look more grizzled, because she's been doing the Witcher thing for a while. I just still would have been far more interested in seeing her do witch, like elder blood stuff, like the teleporting and the shit like that she did to Witcher 3, but like a more refined, maybe a little bit more honed version of that. So yeah, I don't know, I'm responding to Lady Epic. Still can't forgive them for the whole cyberpunk stuff. I think that's fair. You don't owe them your loyalty. You know, I liked cyberpunk for what it was. I enjoyed it. I like how much time they've put into it, how many changes they've added to it, how much they've refined the game and the system and stuff like that. But I also don't think they deserve your loyalty. The game is not what they promised it would be in the beginning. It still isn't. So I think that anybody that writes them off and doesn't trust them deserve that attitude. But yeah, this being the direction that they're going, I'm just not. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly excited about it. I'd say that it's interesting, and maybe when we see more, things will be more developed. But also, after Cyberpunk, you know, this all could be bullshit. This all could completely change down the line because they scrap all of that in favor of some other storyline. I don't know. So, Rafterman Variety Channel says it's like some of these dudes have never been with a real woman. I don't know about all of that. That, to me, I'm not going to try to immediately label people that are frustrated about this as incels or like they've never been with a woman before. I think that people are already tentatively concerned with the direction that CD Projekt Red has been going as a company and with some of the announcements they've made about their focus going forward. And I think that they lost a lot of goodwill with Cyberpunk, and I think that that's deservedly so. And I don't think anybody owes them any level of loyalty anymore. You know, it's like some companies, you kind of give them brand loyalty because they've been really good, really solid. FromSoft gets a lot of leeway even when they don't do certain things right, or when they're not always, their games aren't always optimized, things like that. But for the most part, they've put a focus on and emphasis on making the games that they want to make and making them the quality that they think is deserving of their fan base. And but CD Projekt Red didn't do that. They've lost a lot of goodwill, and I think that that's justifiably so. Could be good, but it's a cope for Cyberpunk. Yeah, she looks fine. It's the fact that it's completely bastardized as the lore. That's the bigger issue for a lot of people. Ciri could be cool, but why make her basically Geralt? That's my thing. I don't want her to look like Geralt. I want her to look like Ciri. And I don't mean physical looks. I mean her gameplay style, her fighting style. Can't wait for Halo 3 when you just play as Cortana and Master Chief isn't even mentioned. Vesemir's ghost comes back and forces her to take the trial for reasons, you know? There we go. Ciri does defeat Bonhart, so she is a good swordsman, but it doesn't seem awful. The fact is that I just know I can't trust CD Projekt Red anymore. Yeah, like, we know Ciri can use a sword, but that's the thing. I don't know. She just looks like she's emulating Geralt at this point, so. I mean, we don't have enough information yet. It's too early to really judge the game. I'm not judging the gameplay. I'm judging what was put forward there. That is their attempt to hook you, and hook people. And I think that there's a lot of argument. Here's my biggest red flag here amongst the discord of this whole thing is there is a sect of people going, you didn't play the games, you didn't read the books, so you obviously don't know that this, you know, stuff with Ciri can't happen. And then there's a section of people going, you didn't play the games, you haven't read the books, so you know that this stuff with Ciri can absolutely happen. So both sides are saying that the other side is wrong. Based on my knowledge and understanding, and I am not a fucking expert, it was very explicit that they said that women and most men in as well cannot survive the trials. It's impossible. And my thing is, if The Witcher 3, if you pick the ending where Ciri becomes a Witcher, she didn't need to take the trials to become a Witcher. Because she already had abilities and powers of her own that closed that gap. So her having done the trials seems redundant or seems dismissive of what was already established in The Witcher 3, and that she didn't need to take the trials to be a Witcher because she already had her own power, and utilizing and maximizing that kind of power is the best way forward for her. And that's what Geralt wants for her. So yeah. I wonder if we are on the precipice of a wave of games that are just good enough to regain consumer confidence. Industry can continue their bullshit unabated. That's definitely things that they're going to be trying to look for, is how can we regain goodwill? That's definitely an attitude. So, she shouldn't be able to use Witcher potions and have mutations. Those are my only problems. I agree. That's a problem. Like, that is a problem. Half of my World of Warcraft tunes are female. Players will play what they want. When given a chance, just make the game cool. Yeah. Galadriel was a powerful sorceress, but rings just made her use a sword. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're like, oh man, it's really cool when this guy uses a sword, or this person uses this, or that makes him look so powerful and badass. I'm like, no. Like, weapons and stuff like that are cool, but like also powerful sorceresses that don't need to use weapons are just as badass and awesome. And it seems like that is outside the realm of understanding for some of the people that are making these games or making these shows, is that like magic is cool as fuck. And the reality is magic is OP as fuck when you use it. It's more powerful than a guy with a sword. If you have a guy with a sword and you have a chick that has magic, if they are on equal footing, they have the same level of experience with both sword and magic, the magic user is almost always going to win that fight. Unless the guy with the sword can close the distance on the magic user and not get fried to a fucking crisp before they get there. I had this conversation a lot, even if you look into like D&D, for instance. I've had this conversation about D&D and power scaling in tabletop games, and that problem with tabletop games is that, and what's happened a lot, especially in like D&D 5e and stuff like that, regardless of the way the Wizard of the Coast is fucking that whole franchise up, the attitude is that there has to be a way to even the odds between martial characters and magic users, because magic users far outpace it. It's like if it's a chart, and the way, like, if it's a chart and you have a guy with a sword, the skill level of the sword is this, and then it plateaus and it stays kind of like this, and it maybe like slightly goes up, but it never goes up that much. It's like boop, 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 and then you level up with the sword, and you hit here, and you become a master of the sword, and maybe you bump up a little bit here. Whereas magic users, they start way down here, and they do this. The scale, they go off because eventually you're warping reality. You're mastering, the elemental, the very core of the elements that you're mastering. It's not just that you can conjure a firebolt. Now you can conjure a giant fireball. Now it's not even that you can conjure a fireball. Now you can control the very essence of fire itself and create living beings out of fire. Now you can engulf your entire body in flames and become a being of pure flames and destruction. Things like that. You have telekinesis. Oh, cool. You can move fucking little rocks with your mind. Oh, now you're even more powerful sorcerer. You can fucking grab a meteor out of the sky or out of space and pull it down to the planet below. Shit like that. The scaling doesn't make sense, and it's never going to, and it's not going to be fair. Where the fairness comes in is that the person with a sword is so skilled with that sword that there is nobody in any situation that can go toe to toe with that person and win. Like, the even keelness is, if I don't have the ability to use spells for any reason whatsoever, and that fucker with a sword gets to me, it doesn't matter if I have a little bit of training with a sword or some training with a sword. No, I've dedicated my life and my body and my abilities to the study of and use of magic. And even if I use a little bit of magic with my weapons to give me an edge against other people because I can use magic and a sword, I'm never going to be as skilled as the guy that only uses a fucking sword. That's his thing. He uses martial weapons. He knows how to fire crossbows. He's deadly accurate with them. He's an expert with the sword. So the way you scale that is a guy that uses martial classes get a ton of feats. That is what they do. That's where they shine, is their ability to move quickly, to utilize their bodies. They have a fuck ton of stamina. I'm doing that on purpose. They have a fuck ton of stamina. They have a fuck ton of health. They have a fuck ton of discipline, and they are extremely skilled at fucking people up with this weapon. And a guy with magic, whether it's a fucking book or whether it naturally comes out of him because he's a sorcerer, whatever the thing is, those two go toe to toe. If that guy with a sword somehow manages to stop you from getting a spell off, you fucking die. That's it. There is no, oh, well, you know, maybe I could grab a dagger and maybe I could get lucky instead. No, you die. That you cannot beat that guy with a sword if you can't use magic. That's the goal. That's how you make it even keel. But the reality is, a guy that can fucking stop time wins a fight against a guy with a sword every time, unless the guy with the sword has things and contingencies in place to fight somebody that has magic. But if you're a guy with a sword that runs up to a wizard's tower and tries to fuck up the level 10 with, if you're like a level 15 swordsman going up against a level 10 wizard, it's your fucking fault when you get hit with a fireball. You should have had contingencies in place to help with that, or you should have another wizard having your back to counteract the spells that guy's using. That is how that all works. That is how scaling works. And unfortunately, we've made this attitude and this thing in tabletop where we have to make everything even keel and everything fair and have, like, you know, equality of outcome. And so, well, the sword users, they have multiple attacks and they can attack a lot in a round and stuff. That's great. But then you go, yeah, but like the wizard, here's where they're capped. And then even like level 9 and level 10 spells aren't that powerful, or they're somewhat powerful, but they have a lot of limits on them because it's not fair that you can just do whatever you want with the magic that you're using. And it's like, no, I can't. If you get to the level where you can cast Wish, it means you can warp reality to whatever you want it to be. You should be able to pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. Like, and not really many people can tell you to stop that unless they're God level or they're also a level 10 wizard or a level 20 wizard. Like, it's just, that's how it's supposed to work. And I say all that to say, in a situation like Geralt is a witcher. He has physical abilities and physical strength, and he can take potions and mutagens, and it gives him an edge. Ciri is the perfect blend of a fucking wizard, a sorcerer, and a fucking witcher, and that she's honed her body to peak physical strength. She can use a sword well. She's fast. She's agile. She's martially skilled, but also she has this fucking super powerful magic ability. She can teleport. She can harness magic to, you know, she's not a master of either, but she's blending both of them so well that she has an edge, and she can close the distance on a person that has an edge with a sword because she can also fucking teleport out of distance away from you. I don't know. There's just a lot of that kind of shit that I think gets overlooked in favor of, well, it looks cooler to use a sword than it does to use a spell book. Well, I'm like, that's a matter of perspective. So, there's a rant from me, and now I'm super behind on chat again. So here we go. We're going to catch up on chat now. Ciri on the frozen lake in the books alone is cooler than the Witcher 4 promo. Plus a cinematic trailer, she might look different when it's in the game, when the in-game footage comes out. Oh, she will look different. Heading to bed. Good night, Mike and everyone. Hey, have a good night, Rose. Appreciate you. Thank you. She literally goes through the trial. She can use potions at this point. Once again, dude, the point is, should she be able to, based on the lore? That's what people are upset about. I think that's a justifiable thing to say. If you say this person can't do this, or people in this class cannot do this, they're not capable of it, and then all of a sudden you write a story where they are capable of it, and that breaks canon or that breaks lore, then are you spending more time justifying why you can do it? Or are you spending more time trying to justify it to everybody around you? Or does it make sense to the story, and is it going to make the story better? That's the question that's out there, and I think it's a fair question to have. So, they could make it good, but they likely won't. Harbinger for 10 globular British pontiffs.
That's a huge bitch!
Says, flame me if need be, but I don't think she looks that bad. Lore compliances will be my critiques. In my opinion, CD Projekt Red needs to tread carefully with this. Also, Geralt looked older in this trailer. Is Geralt in this trailer? I didn't even see him in this trailer. I'm not going to flame you. I don't think she looks that bad. I don't think her character design is the biggest problem here. The lore compliance is. So, Have a good night, Rose. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. By the lore, women can't be witchers. It makes no sense that these people recognize her as one because no women are. Well, I mean, that's what the lore establishes. So, and also you have to do it as a child. So how did she survive it as an adult? That's the other thing too, is like children have to do it. And most of them die doing it. So, and one of the things about Geralt that was special about him specifically, if I remember correctly, if memory serves me correctly, is that he had a unique, resistance to the poisons and the chemicals they gave him, so they gave him further augments beyond just that of a regular witcher. So it was like, not only did we make him a witcher and he went through the trials, but man, he really kind of took to this really well. So we gave him additional augments and additional abilities and additional mutations that you would normally get to. So I don't know. That's what makes Geralt unique. What makes Ciri unique, she has elder blood and she can fucking teleport and go to other dimensions and has lots of experience. And you know what would be really rad is to see a character that can teleport to other dimensions, having weaponry and abilities and armor and shit that makes it look like she's not of this world. And that's maybe part of her issue, is that she doesn't really fit in anywhere anymore because she's gone to all these different worlds and had so many different experiences, but she wants to live in her world, but she can't anymore. So she has to find a different world. I don't know, like, or set her in a different setting. She leaves and goes to a different universe and finds a universe that feels more akin to what she wants in the world. There's a lot of really interesting ways you can do that. So, Rough Knight says it really well. I do know that she's powerful, she's special and unique, and they have made her into a Geralt clone. That's my issue. And there are the signs of magic. Ciri can't do either. Both Yen and Triss tried to teach her magic, and she couldn't do it. She couldn't learn to do traditional magic. Yeah. They're just going to make her female Geralt, but better because woman. There'll be so many cool game mechanics that it could have gone for based on her established powers. I agree. Everyone who'd know the trials are dead and gone. Yeah, 100%. Put a picture in when I chat before it was only the letter J. I can't understand that. I'm sorry. Vesemir, thank you, Harbinger. I'm so fucking behind. Lore states old women die when they take the trials. Ciri was only confirmed to have done the first trial before this game. Anything else a developer says now is lore breaking. I'm used to playing First Descendant, Nikki, Marvel Rivals, all from foreign companies. Your ugly Western women can't compete. That's fair. And then Rafterman's just trying to start fights in the chat. You're not going to win this, buddy. I'm sorry. We'll just mock you into oblivion. A CDR representative came out and said they wanted to make this game for new audiences, one that doesn't play their games. Yeah, that's what a lot of the issue has been, is that a lot of these studios are trying to cater to new audience members and new people, not the people that play their games. And the attitude somehow is that the way forward is to cater to new audience members instead of going, hey, we're making a game that still feels faithful to the stories. You know, a good example of that is like God of War. It may not be exactly like the old games, but it utilizes the lore from the old games, it respects the lore from the old games, and it makes a big deal about them. And the farther it moved away from that lore, I think the less interested people became. So, I don't know. You have to remember they're all hands on deck for Cyberpunk till a couple years ago, so it's very likely going to be Witcher 3.5 as far as mechanics. That's fair. I think your take is rational. Well, thank you. With those flying cars in Cyberpunk 2077. There you go. What's up, WC? Welcome in. No chat. Mike is not a shill. He still likes getting paid. He just likes getting paid. That's not how that works. Jealousy when I Plurbud with another channel membership. Thank you so much. Gifted a channel membership to RSE Elman. Mike, you know damn well a lot of these terminally online gooners are incels. Like, come on, serious, far from ugly. That's the thing. I wouldn't call somebody a gooner for that or call them an incel for that. I would say, you know, right now, everybody's very sensitive to the aesthetics of gameplay. You know, if she doesn't look like Ciri from the games, people are going to be upset about that. People don't like change. If Geralt looks different, people are not going to be happy about that either. It's just how it is. I mean, that's always how people have been about stuff like this. And I like Ciri's design from The Witcher 3. And if she looks different, now that she looks different, people are going to be annoyed by that. And people are going to be upset by that and feel like they're making changes based on the culture right now in the gaming sphere. And a lot of these studios trying to make characters, make female characters less appealing to the male gaze, because that is something that they have openly admitted that they're doing. There have been developers, there have been character model designers, all of this stuff that have admitted they're trying to make characters less appealing to the male gaze, less sexually objectified and stuff like that. And I think that if that is your goal, then you're not really focused on making a good character or making an interesting character design. You're focused on making a character look a certain way to fulfill an ideology or fulfill an idea that I don't think anybody needs to fulfill. Like, if a character already has a character design and you want to make slight different changes, whatever, versus making them look completely different, you know? Ugly Munter Gaming. Oh my God, dude. I don't play Ugly Slag just because some woman gaming developer is insecure about looking like a wildebeest. Oh my God. I can't wait to add Ciri to the pile of daughter characters that got ruined in their own games like Ellie and Clementine. I just heard most of the original team from Project Red isn't there anymore. I looked at, I think Savvy asked about who was still on the team, and it sounds like there are a chunk of people that were on Witcher 3 that are on Witcher 4, but I don't know how many of them are there. But then she immediately got attacked for asking that question. I think it's a fair question to ask, but so I don't know exactly how many people are actually coming back from Witcher 3 to Witcher 4. It wouldn't matter anyways if they've been different, you know? I did play the games and I read the books, and this shit is wrong. Holgo says, I have 500 hours on Witcher 3. The game is not even close to coming out, so I don't really care right now. I'll wait to judge. There you go. That's a good attitude to have too, man. Milkman says, does nobody remember the condition The Witcher 3 launched it? I heard that I never played The Witcher 3 at launch. I did hear that it was broken and there was a lot of fucking bugs though. Shit was almost unplayable with game-breaking bugs everywhere, but they fixed it faster, Cyberpunk, so people just gave up that. Gotcha. She became a Witcher in name, like Rey became a Skywalker in name. There you go. She took the profession, not the mutations. According to the books, which are a separate canon, only boys are put through it at puberty. But The Witcher 3 opened the door for adults, if nothing else. Gotcha. Ciri's game could be amazing with her combating apocalyptic shit related to the conjunction of spheres, but they're fucking retarded. Yes, the good ending is she becomes a Witcher by profession. Yeah, I'm so behind on chat. I gotta catch up. You don't choose to be a Witcher, you're forced to be a Witcher against your own will. I don't know shit about The Witcher. All I saw was another trailer with no gameplay. That's fair. That's a good one. DMAT says, hail Mike in chat. Please don't be made Eben Meeker Scrooge. Oh my God. I'm sorry I'm behind in payments. Just don't take my house away. Eben Meeker Scrooge. That's wild, dude. I want to play as Geralt. It's that simple. You might get a chance to. I'm not sure yet. All I'm saying is that the developers will probably have an explanation for her being a Witcher. CD Projekt Red have great writers. I'm not too worried about them screwing it up. This game will be trash. Witcher show of the games. Oof. I hope not. I have precisely nothing to add to this conversation, but I can use this text box as an opportunity to further clog the chat. Now that there's good use of words. Yep, words. God damn it. Every magic user would just start by locking swordsmen in place. Yeah, but that's the thing. If it works, it works. Like, you have to adapt and find ways around it. So, Axel Justin for 5 says, why would Ciri choose to sterilize herself to become a Witcher when she already has Elder Blood? It makes no sense. Just make a new Witcher character. Hard cap versus exponential growth. 100% neocortex. Eventually, a huge mana pool creates natural disasters. Yeah, it becomes a problem. Absolutely. Dragon's Dogma magic. Right. Mike's leveling up sound effects are the S tier. Boop, boop, boop. Right. Thanks. or just make Ciri the badass sorcerer she was going to be, right? Telekinesis to move around the atoms and molecules in your body to take out. Yeah, yeah. Geralt isn't just a guy with a sword, though. I want to play as Geralt. It's that simple. Wizard and Gold's body in flames. Also, wizard forgets to cast flame resistance, right? We stand him. I was at a friend's house watching him play Cyberpunk. Saw a game these people made almost brick his fucking console. How people can get excited for anything that they make boggles my mind. That's fair. That's a fair take. We stories with Geralt that we haven't seen. Better stories, I bet. Stamina is unlimited stamina. There you go. Iron Reaver Soul says, Mike, the executive producer of Witcher 4 came out and admitted that the aim of the new game is to cater to new players and specific people that didn't play any other games. Gotcha. Well, then they're going to alienate the people that did play their games, or a chunk of them, which I think is a mistake. Shell says, I agree with you. Why would they change focus and turn her into a Witcher? She has the Elder Blood and all those powers. That would be a better story / character to build on. Blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm talking about, but okay. For what, Jimmy Collins? Hold on. Oh, Rafterman. Gotcha. By the way, as per the lore, the Witcher mutations destroy your ability to use magic. So Witchers can only use signs and no real magic. Gotcha. Me, who's only played D&D once, stares blankly at Mike's power scaling rant. I agree with Mike. Well, thank you. Triggers and Chilla says, Emir was a monster until The Witcher 3 decided otherwise. I'm Massive Fabric of Reality. Fuck your peasant rules, right? Train yourself to take fireballs to the dick like those Shaolin monks, right? So now Ciri will have none of the teleporting abilities. That's what's weird. Maybe that's what they did. Maybe she took the trials to get rid of her abilities or to suppress her magic or something. I don't know, man. It's odd. Rough Night, be safe on the road, man. I appreciate you, bro. Ciri could never do traditional magic, even in the books. And when Mike actually starts trying to catch up, this is going to be wild. Russian bot for $20.
That's a huge bitch.
I said, you put in the work, Mike. Sorry, I only got 20 to spare. I also got up super early for church, but wanted your thoughts on 28 Years Later movie trailer. I have not watched the trailer for that yet. Yeah, I have not watched the trailer for that. I'm interested, but I haven't watched the other 28 Days movies, or the first one. I'm not a huge zombie fan either. I'm not a big fan of scary movies, but it's interesting. So I'll definitely, if other people are excited about it, I'll definitely check out the trailer and see, and we'll kind of decide where to go from there with that. So, Mike thinks he can keep up with chat. I can't keep up with chat. Russian bot, thank you for the 20. I appreciate you, man. Just have a woman take the man spot. I'm saying that we really have no idea where they're going with the story. They should probably get the benefit of the doubt after the Witcher games they have made. I think that Cyberpunk fucked up a lot of the goodwill that anybody has for this studio at this point, and I think that that's justifiably so. Like I said, and then the current state of the industry in general, and nobody really trusting these studios to put their best foot forward. I think that's just kind of unfortunately where we're at. So, Mike did a great defensive Ciri. The payment must have been big. And don't call him King Grifter for nothing. That's wild. I wish I got paid to talk about this shit. I mean, I do with you guys. What I mean is, like, these companies don't give a shit about me. They're not going to give me a chance to try these games. So, Frank the Tank says, damn, I should really try to get to bed. I'm sad I'm missing out on how terribly lore-breaking every second of this trailer is. Hey, it's all good, man. I'm sorry that it's so fucking late right now. We're going to call it pretty soon here anyways, because I'm getting fucking tired. But, yeah. Yes, he got a second dose, basically, and that's what turned his hair white. Gotcha. I thought I knew that right. So, they established putting adults through the trials in Witcher 3. Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. I don't like it, but it's there. Gotcha. Welcome to the future, Mike. Yeah, I'm here. This night all needs to go to bed. Catch you next time. Good night, everyone. Hey, Rachel Hill, have a good night. I appreciate you. Of course, the future will be past by the time you get to this chat. Damn, I wonder if they'll have flying card by the time he catches up. Oh my god. Future's now old man Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle to Hal, played by the magnificent Bryan Cranston. Oh no. I didn't need anything fresh to like Lord of the Rings. Tolkien's works were as valid 50 years after the fact is when he wrote it. That's why the whole appealing to new audience thing is crap. Yeah, it's a bad business decision. Let's see here. The only people are gooning for is Ben's sister. That's true, actually. Remember what they did to Chris at the end of Resident Evil 7? People had a cow and they changed him back in 8. I don't remember that because I haven't played Resident Evil 7 yet. So, that's actually on my list of games to play at some point. Frank the Tank for 10.
That's a huge bitch.
All right, I'm really going to bed. I'm sad I'm missing talking about how terrible Lord breaking this trailer was. You gotta remember, CD Projekt Red loves DEI. It's all over their website and videos. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate you. Yeah. CD Projekt Red has not done a great job in their brand recently, but all right, we're gonna catch up with the rest of the chat, and then we're probably gonna call it here because I am getting really fucking tired, and I have to get up early in the morning tomorrow. But Siri gonna be the new Abby Papa Pump? I really hope not, but I don't know. Just a coincidence, the latest title from Dev Studio yapping about DEI is a femme girl boss with a weird face. I mean, listen, I don't know what this game's gonna be like for real, but it's, yeah. What's a chunk? 10 people, 20 out of a 300 person team. That's fair. I don't know, actually. That's a good point too. I don't know what kind of leadership, what kind of people are in charge going into, you know, the rest of this, like what going into the development of this next game. So what Spider-Man villain would you give the Penguin treatment? Hammerhead, Silvermane, Tombstone, Craven, not Kingpin, because I think Daredevil did a good in the show. I probably wouldn't do a spin-off of a villain. I think that that's a really stupid choice. I think that in the comic books it works, but the established characters aren't as interesting if you're it's a really, really hard needle to thread. The Penguin works because the Penguin gave you Victor, and you are seeing the world through the eyes of this character who is kind of likable because he's not quite a villain, but he's helping the main character who is a villain, the Penguin, the titular Penguin. He's helping him, you know, do his stuff, and because they share a bond, it makes the Penguin kind of likable because they're relating to each other, and he's like, oh, I'm seeing the good parts of this guy. But what you're really seeing, this kid is seeing, is what he wants to see, which is that this guy is kind of a cool dude and a nice guy to him, and he treats him right, and that makes us like him and relate to him. But we don't really, if Victor doesn't exist, Penguin does not look like a good person. He's a terrible person. He's a fucking villain, and he does terrible shit. And by the end of the show, they very much remind you of all of that and show you exactly why you're not supposed to like the Penguin. That's how you can, that's the needle you can thread. You can really only do that so many times with a character. I don't think that there is any Spider-Man character that is worthy of getting a spin-off movie except for maybe Venom, and even with that, not the way that they did Venom, but they could have done that very differently. But if you're gonna have them spin off, they have to meet Spider-Man first. I don't think that giving them their own origin stories and all that shit is a good idea. I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it's necessarily smart. I think that if you're going to do these characters and you want to do spin-offs of these characters and storylines for these characters, they need to run into Spider-Man first and interact with him. So you see why they're a villain, and you can maybe give them their villain origin story. And then if you want to make them maybe an anti-hero or have them kind of running off doing their own thing, then you can do that. But this whole thing of giving villains their own movie because they're cool, and then kind of making them like these weird likable anti-heroes, you know, in their own right, I'm like, no, because eventually you have to root for Spider-Man to beat the shit out of them. That's what's supposed to happen. So I don't know that there's a villain that I would be that interested in watching get a spin-off film that is like a solo movie, especially in the for Spider-Man. Yeah, I just don't think there is one. So holy shit, Mike ain't catching up. I am catching up. Trailers with no gameplay or beta test demos robbed me of hype. That's fair. Okay, Eben Meeker Scrooge is a keeper. Damn it. I like Siri, I like Yennefer too, but the game / story / novels are not centered around magicians. It's about men / boys forced to be weapons, despised by society, and left to fight against monsters on their own. That's fair. Ebony Meeker Scrooge, that's crazy, dude. Early work day tomorrow. Night, everyone. Hey, good night, Shell. I appreciate you. Playing Bioshock for the first time. Let's see how it goes. Hey, would you kindly let me know how your playthrough goes? Appreciate that. Lots of took a shit. Where are we? We're wrapping it up because it's getting late. Did Mike catch up this time? I'm afraid so, or at least he's close. Not even close to Tom and Patriot. Mike takes his time because he wants chat to send him money. If you don't buy, his grift, he'll kidnap your dogs. That's not why. I like talking to you guys. And Frank, the tank, who's still not in bed. One of the devs also said in an interview that it was a natural pick to go with Ciri for the game, but if that's the case, why didn't they just use her from the first game? Because Yen was and Geralt basically dead. Why go with Geralt for 3 games if Ciri is a natural choice? I mean, that's fair. No game, pre-order sooner now, please. Thanks. The never-ending trend with AAA studios. Avalash took the trials of Grouses and he did not become a Witcher. Okay. Why would you want Ciri to have all of Geralt's abilities anyways? How does it enhance the character to adopt an attitude of anything he can do, she can do? I'm not sure. It's weird. Like a vulture show that goes into his home life as well as direct run-ins with damage control, maybe then being corrupt, his rise and meeting the crew, then his life in jail after homecoming. I just don't know that that's that interesting of a show, man. Not in the same way that it would be if they were just fucking beaten up by Spider-Man. Spider-Man's the driving point of those characters. So sleep tight, Mike. Let your thoughts of collecting debt from your super viewers wait until another day. That's wild. I was lucky with Cyberpunk 2077. I bought it when it came out. I didn't run into a single problem with the game. I get why people don't like it, but I love that game. That's fair. I got it at patch like 1.7, and now it's on patch 2.1. They just released an update for it recently. If you guys did not know about that, they released an update so you can like customize cars, and they added a couple other quality of life things to the game and a couple other stuff. And they apparently hired a team that is known for outsourced work on like DLCs and expansions and stuff to work on Cyberpunk. So we may be getting some other updates and some other new content for Cyberpunk. My guess is that's kind of to satiate audiences and to have those audiences keep coming back to the games while they're developing The Witcher 4. That's my guess anyways. Cyberpunk honestly made me feel vindicated. People just forget that The Witcher 3 was garbage. Excuse me. And mid in general. I don't think it was mid after the fact, but I remember people saying that it was broken at the launch. But go to sleep, Big Grifty. Anyways, woke needs to go. No, there you go. Green Goblin, maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't even know if Green Goblin's that interesting. Apart from Spider-Man, I just don't think they're that interesting. Sony ones suck because they're just bad movies. I don't think it's a concept itself and could work if Sony weren't awful, but I do agree to an extent that Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man are dumb. Yeah. I didn't like Bioshock 1, never played 2, and loved Infinite. I loved Bioshock Infinite, and I've played 1, and I really liked 1 as well. I get why people love 1 as much as they do. I like the setting in Infinite more than I like the setting in 1. I like, and I also really fucking like the ending of, I mean, I like both endings, but I really fucking like the ending of Infinite. But yeah. Anyways. All right, guys, listen, I was going to try to watch a bunch of these game trailers. Maybe I'll save them for later, because we did not get into any of the Game Awards talk. That's okay, because I wanted to catch up with you guys. Maybe tomorrow we'll watch a bunch of these trailers. We got trailers for Slay the Spire 2, Splitgate 2, The Outer Worlds 2, Borderlands 4. There's a update for Pal Worlds coming out, Turok Origins. There's a bunch of these things that I want to look at and talk about with you guys. So maybe tomorrow, if I have the time. If not tomorrow, maybe Monday, we'll go through a bunch of these and just talk about these settings and talk about these games and trailers. And yeah, we'll get caught up on them. So, but yeah, guys, that's going to be it for me. I really appreciate you. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys rest well. And yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Deuces.